Well, we're almost ready to start. Umpires in position. The umpires Kevin Chambers, Danny Cowell and Tim Slavin. I think you'll enjoy this one. Chris McDermott against Tony McGuinness. Well, they're not the heavyweights of the competition, but I think they'll fight it right out to the end. Stay with us. We're live till 5. Your commentator is Mark Daly.
Yes, tremendous atmosphere here this afternoon. A couple of local clubs. We see Peck going up against the big Matthew Golding. Peck gets the first touch of the football this afternoon. It comes through the back line. Raiders is back there. At centre-half back. Goes to the outer side. First to get there will be Lehman. He turns to the left leg. He decides for the handball this time. Goes over the top to Chris Nash. Good work up forward. Back to Lehman again. Right leg up forward. They need to play in front up here. Parker gets the football first. He's there. He goes to the ground. The umpires missed the free kick in the back. Football still stays in. Quick kick around the body by Sujay Cook. Heads out to the outer wing. 24 coming across there is Kane Fraser, who came across with Setchell we spoke about before, also from Hawthorn. Again, the Tigers now a chance to clear from defence. They come out wide. Simon Hill's out here. Very quick Simon Hill. He'll take this under a fair bit of pressure. Will the boundary line beat both players? It does. And the football's out over the line. As we can see down there at ground level, the bench for the Roosters this afternoon. We may go down shortly to Michael Parsons, just informing us who's sitting on the bench for both sides. Over the top again. The Roosters pretty keen here this afternoon. They're playing at home. And no doubt they will be very eager to get another win on the board and stay off the bottom of the premiership table.
Bounce down there. Oh, big Golding there. Didn't get it away. Good handball away. That's well done by North Adelaide. Gets it away to Kellett. He goes into the half-forward line. Oh, that's a good take. That's a big centre-half back there. Running through in Swan. He kicks long. It goes right across the face of goal into the forward pocket. North Adelaide still with a chance there to get it. Good tackling down there. Ball out of play, is it? Glenelg bench there. Big Bartlett I can see on this end.
Scripps and little Craig Healy.
Healy, the first gamer up there. Throw in the left forward pocket. Knock away. That's good. Getting out of the danger area. Picked up there and kicked over the shoulder by Naish. High. He can't mark in the goal square. Chick Whidden. New dad there, he's got it, he can't get it out of there. Bounce down right in the forward pocket. The umpire comes in and says that's a free kick. High to Chigwin.
Mark Nayley said that Chiggy would either fire up or falter. Well, he said he'd fire up, is what he said, Mark.
Well, going back to the 1987, it was the qualifying finals, fellas. My wife then gave birth to our child just a couple of days before I played. Came out 38 possessions, best on ground. I was still high as a cloud.
Incidentally, Gary, that's the last time he was happy.
Knocked down by Golding. Comes to ground level. A chance now for the Tigers from defence. The ball was smothered off the boot. Again, they try to get it out of that defensive zone. Well, both sides really pumped up here this afternoon. It's going to be a great contest. There's no doubt about that. Going over the top of the footy is Briley. And it's been paid against him. He sat on top of it, David. The free kick was played against him.
Well, there's two players in the Tigers forward line, so clearly Glenelg are playing the open expanses here. Byrne, who was concussed, is back in the side.
He's playing today. Where did he come from? I had him scrubbed out of my side. The kick goes long, and they have a good mark in defence as taken there by Puka. Now, how do you boys pronounce that? Piker's got it. Plays on. Setchell's got it. That's a throw. He's been pinged for holding the ball. This will give the Bays through Grenvold a kick for goal from 45 metres.
Look, there's nothing wrong with that. North Adelaide switched the direction to play, and I think one of the things that Chris McDermott has to do with this side is get them to attack, switch and play. Just unfortunate that Setchell didn't get his kick away quick enough.
Grenvold's been reasonable up forward. They've played him up forward of late. We all remember him as a defender. He'll run in and kick from 48 metres. Usually a good kick. It's long. It's going across the face of goal. No one can mark out there, but it's all North Adelaide. Good players. They get it away. Lehman with the good handball to Piker. Ball blocked off the boot. Goes wide out there on the half-forward line. Out of play. Throw in. Right half-forward flank for North Adelaide.
David Grenvold, the leading goal scorer, Gary, this year for the Tigers with 13 goals more.
Yeah, it's an amazing stat, isn't it? Not enough. That's for sure.
Great to see the support here for the Roosters this afternoon. A couple of young supporters there waiting for their side to bring home the 2 points here this afternoon. Quick kick again for the Tigers up forward. Grenvold's in the front position. He puts the arms up. Good sport from behind by Holland. Again, the Tigers are in there. Ball's knocked out intelligently there. Looks like it comes out to Danny Morton. Morton goes looking out wider for Holland. Couldn't quite find him.
One of the things I like then, Mark, is Ray Evil, who's playing out of the back pocket. He's got the job today on Grenvold. Launched himself early, got high above Grenvold, who hasn't got much height. and Evil's used his height advantage to thump that ball towards the boundary.
Peck, also Golding. Golding this time decides to take the football out of the air. It's over the top. Good bounce for the Tigers. The chance here to bring up their first major. Great smother in the last line. Then Glenelg comes out again. Exchange of hands coming through hard there with Sherwood. He's taken the ground. Umpire indicated just throw the ball back in. We'll start again.
I think I'm right in saying, Mark, that this North Adelaide outfit's the worst defence in the competition. They don't look like it there, do they? They've just stepped up and attacked pretty hard.
They certainly have. As North Adelaide dribble the ball out of defence. That's not too bad in that play. Nowhere to go, out of play. Throw in on the left half forward flank for the Bays.
Well, you look amongst the sides, there's not much movement, Gary. I wonder for North Adelaide. They've got some fast, hard-running players, but they're not really exploiting it, their pace, are they?
No, not at this stage. I reckon they're testing each other out. There's a wheels going out there at the moment. Both coaches want to win at the Bays through Chigwit and go forward. It's a bad one. Long handball away by Swan is a beauty. Viney, Setchell, back to Viney through the centre. That's good play by the Roosters. That's a long kick. Probing, going forward, over the back. Who can read it the best? It's Visca in there. He's caught with the ball. Didn't get it out. Now it pops out the back. They can't get it. Bounce down about 45 metres out from the North Adelaide goal.
I like the thing about Glenelg, I like it stems from Graham Corn's time. Every time there's a loose ball, they will take possession. Visca took possession, risk being held, but they never let the opposition get an easy ball.
Bogdan heads towards the boundary line with the hit. Couldn't quite fight it. Coming in hard there was Danny Morton over the top. Heads up forward. He's looking up there. But Paris fouled and came in to replace Jeffries.
Gigny, Mark, last week uses the forward, this week in defence. I think he's better suited to defence.
Yes, he really is a versatile player. And have a look at Visca, that left knee of his, fairly heavily bandaged. He must be getting towards the twilight of his football career.
Oh, he goes down long. Kelly over the back. That's a good grab. Gets the run on. They try to get it out. Their kick's not good by the Bays there in Higgins. Out of the centre. This allowed North Adelaide in. The kick away by Swan. There's all North Adelaide in there. Well taken by Kellett. The handball's wide. They're running through there beautifully. Morton, a little handball away. It's back to Morton. He's going short into the pocket. Can't get it up. They battled. Good tackle out there by the Blaze. And Gigny, it's on the 50-metre attacking line. Ball up.
One of the things when you haven't played a lot of football, Gary, confidence is an issue. Morton then was on the 50-metre line. Normally, he would have swung and had a shot for goal. This time, it just takes a little short pass which doesn't come off.
Very good comment, David. That's dead right, and he'll need comments, but if he gets going, he's a real chance. Setchell in a chance. Can't do it. Kelly with strength. Does well. Gets a handball away to Heel. He can't get it on the first occasion. Now gets it wide, and they're good enough, the Bays, to get it out and long forward, but in the way. It's all North Adelaide, and that's taken by Piker.
Good work. The ball goes wider still. A chance for the Roosters again to go forward. They really have been controlling the football so far in this game. Parker goes up, couldn't bring it to ground. Tigers again, they're over the top of the football. Great work down there and down boundary level. Michael Parsons.
Yeah, it's just a couple of the matchups that Chris McDermott had discussed with his players before the game. Viney, you'll see pick up Kelly, and Kellett will tag Heel across the midfield.
Ball down again. Over the top was Peck. Comes as far as Danny Morton. Morton, great to see him back. Gets a quick boot to the ball. He's somehow found Parker right on the 50-metre line here at Prospect Oval. Brendan Parker there keyed for it. You can see the flag in the background there, not showing a great deal.
And Tony McGuinness showing Parker a good deal of respect by putting Fogden right onto him right at the start.
Yes, the player. He is a match-winning forward. When he's on song and marking the football, he kicks goal. He's taken the mark. The kick won't make the distance. Over the back there was Golding. Good tackle on Fountain there by Raiders. Raiders throws the left arm in the air, demanding a free kick, and the umpire says no. Hadn't had time to get rid of it. Ball be balled up, forward pocket for the Roosters. Down hard. Golding goes for the safety of the boundary line again. Raiders is in there at ground level. Morton picks it up over the shoulder. I think he may have brought up the first major for the Roosters. He has. A great take by Danny Morton. A sensational goal.
You just wonder about the defenders that bring the ball forward. Raiders here had the boundary line and chose to come inboard. Whenever you're tackled like that, you go to the boundary line and the loose ball falls to Morton. Now that's where he really finishes off beautifully. When he's free-flowing or when he's in close, there's not too many players better from that position in a tight spot. Perhaps Darren Jarman and Morton's already had 7 possessions, fellas. He is dominating the early part of this match.
Oh, he certainly is. That was a great take. Danny Morton on screen there. He was a sensation for Fitzroy. And then for the power.
But isn't it great to see him back? When he was in that injury last year where he went over the top of that player and came down his neck.
Oh, I never thought
he's a great player.
Never thought he'd play again. Great goal. That's a knock away out of the centre. But it comes to Kelly for the Bays. He puts him in attack. It's a good start by North Adelaide. They're on their game early, pushing the back there, and that goes the way of the Bays. Physic. And it's on the right half forward flank for the Bays. Going along now, looking for Leeds. Oh, what's that? A penalty now? 25. That'll give him a chance to kick for goal, the youngster, Ben Physic.
Playing only his second game, played his first game last week, didn't get a goal.
From Balcombe Hills, where's that?
New South Wales. Well, he's been around Australia, by the way. We'll get to have a look at him at three-quarter time, Gary, and find out a bit more about
I'm
him.
going to say this. I reckon our David Mackay is better than Bruce McAvaney. He just pulls out stats from anywhere. Even knows his geography as well.
Yeah, you two are not going to fight again today, are you? There's Physic now. Goes long. The Bays need a goal. It's not a good kick off the boot. In fact, it's a shocker. It's out of bounds on the full and to be relieved by North Adelaide. Good start to North. 1-1. The Bays yet to score.
You know, you've got to kick those, Gary. They are pressure kicks. They are the kicks that put pressure on the opposition.
Briley takes a mark as the ball gets kicked across the face of goal. He goes up further afield. Good mark by Kellett. Wants to get the ball moving quickly. He does. It's over the top. A chance for Fraser. The handball wasn't good for it. Kelly just allows a bit of time here. Number 7 coming through there was Nicholas. Goes wide or out to Byrne. Byrne takes it. Good mark again, taken out wide by Pearce. Inboard, looking for Grenfold. He comes out. Great courage there, shown again there by Kellett. A chance for the Tigers to bring up their first major. They have. It's Piccone. The last Piccone. We see the scores 1-1-7 for the Roosters. The Tigers just that one goal.
I'm excited about Piccone. Now, I'm glad this all worked out because running through the middle, Pearce had Chigwidden running free and could have run right into the goal square almost. Grenfold missed it, but Piccone was very good. Now, he's missed most of this year with an ankle injury, and he's had a couple of games in the reserves, but when he's in full flight, this fellow, not many tougher and meaner at the ball.
He certainly had the talent, the ability to play with the Adelaide Crows. Good to see him back. A couple in this big game today at the Prospect Oval on ABC Sport. Bounce down. Passion there. Golding, that's a good knock away. Kelly has started well. Been down a bit lately, but that's a good play down to Byrne. Good to see him. He was out of the side with concussion. There he goes long in towards the Physic direction. Over the back. That'll allow Piker with the run of the ball. Goes it hard. Sherwood there. Piker does well. Gets a handball away. Sherwood back in it for the Bays. He's tackled. Puts the ball on the ground. It'll be a bounce down about 40 metres out from the goals there. And a good attacking movement.
Right there, Gary. You saw where Glenelg have improved this year. Previously, or in seasons gone by recently, forwards will have let the ball run out. Physic was strong at the contest and justified enough tackle to keep the ball in the area.
Oh, this is a great game so far in this first quarter. We saw the Roosters lead by 1 point. Kelly comes up with the football, heads back inboard. Good lift of the eyes there. Gets it to Lance Piccone, who kicked the last goal for the Tigers. He goes further afield than Nicholas. Now, Nicholas would be a good 70 metres out. He gets back quickly. Wants to drive the ball forward. A big, strong left leg heads in the direction again. Who's down there to mark the football? Big number 36, the ruckman, Stephen Peck.
Fellas, I know the Tigers are really in the game. They're only a point down, but they're really not. Grenville's not the target, is he, at full forward? They've got to give him something bigger to kick at.
Well, Morton dangerously across there, but he finds in the centre-half back position, and that's Kane Fraser. He goes long for the Roosters, grandstand side. Parker up there, couldn't mark on down to the front. Here's danger. Heels got it, 55 from goal at the Prospect Oval. It's long, it's strong, but not strong enough. And Big Peck in the back lines there. The resting ruckman has grabbed it and will relieve.
Just looked at the windsock, Gary. There doesn't seem to be any wind at all, but that ball drifted probably 15 metres. It was dead centre at the goal, and then it was marked in the forward pocket.
Certainly did, and I tell you, this big bloke dropping back in defence has done a good job. He'll get it out of trouble. Long to the outer side of the ground, off hands. Comes the back, Grenfold with a chance. They try to do it. North Adelaide getting it out there in close was good play. Allows Fraser to kick long into centre wing. They battle for the ball. Good mark though. It's taken there for the Bays, and that's by Brett Higgins. Higgins now into the forward lines, looking for Byrne. He's camped under it off. Good grab. Heavy body work there coming at him, but he's grabbed it. And put the Bays. Oh, he's going to get pinged for 25 metres.
Other matches around town this afternoon. Port and Central at Alberton. Scores are locked up. An important match for the Bulldogs.
Another game is played also between West and South. We see West again. They've started well. They're 26th for the poor old Panthers on 6.
James Byrne now. Evil getting pinged at 25 metres. It makes it a reasonably easy kick. You can say that when you're watching. Still a difficult art, kicking for goals. The pressure's always on you. Byrne's been a good player for the Bays. Puts it straight through. Good goal. That puts the Bays in front. They go to 2 goals, leading North 1-1. That's very good play in the first 5 minutes of play.
Well, David, we've seen a couple of costly 25 metres here. The first one should have been a goal. The second one is.
Well, they kill you, don't they? From that point, he's not going to kick a goal. Evil did the right thing and provided the contest with the 25-metre penalty after that. And a player with Byrne's credentials, he's very compact, kicks very well. I was worried about him, Gary, being concussed and not available Thursday night and then being elevated today.
When they had a lot of people out with the flu to come in. There's a bit of a blue there, but he's a good player and he started well in this game.
2 goals leads 1-1-7 for the Roosters, so they trail now. 5 points. A quick kick there by Setchell. Goes up forward, playing in front number 4, Joshua Gum. Good tackle from behind on Nash. The umpire comes in quickly. Higgins, former Port Adelaide player, now playing for the Tigers this season. Looking to impress. Bogdan will do the ruck work across the back line. Setchell gets his hands to the ball. He does that well. Quick give out to Gum. Their Gum heads up forward. The Tigers have the numbers back there. Getting there first was Lincoln Reynolds. You see the ball go out of bounds. Down the boundary line, Michael Parsons.
Yes, and David Wright, the reserves team manager, might be able to tell us today, David, why the Brave players have got a black armband on.
A young lad called James Evans, who played a couple of games in the reserves for us last year and some under-19s football, passed away in a car accident last night. That's the reason.
Very sad news. Thanks, David.
Outer side of the ground, left half forward flank. The umpire runs in. He's given a free there. It's Nash. He plays on, but the umpire will bring him back to kick over the mark. It's out wide. Going now back to Morton. Nash pinched that one away, but Morton with the kick now. He'll kick from about 48 metres, tucked in that left forward flank region of the Prospect Oval. No breeze here at all. He's certainly a smart player, Danny Morton. He'll get the distance. What's his fitness like? Early in the game, you'd think he might get this pretty close. Look at the haircut. Nice modern haircut. Goes long, puts it up, right in the square, drifting across the face, gives everyone a chance, but it's all Glenelg in there. Looked like Big Goldie going back in defence. That's a good mark from the resting ruckman, and he'll clear for the Bays.
David, were you surprised that he wasn't putting the Crows this week after the big players?
Look, I've got to tell you, I'm very surprised. I thought
Herbert's going alone this afternoon up against the big Matthew.
Matty Allen, who I rate as the best rucker in the competition, I thought Golding would have been pretty handy.
Ball stumped forward there again by Fogden. Gets his hands to the football. In there is Higgins as well. And Setchell for the Roosters. Coming up, number 4, the young Joshua Gum, still 19 years of age, playing his 17th game this afternoon. The red and white jumpy. Chiggy takes the ruck work out of the egg. Trying to bustle through there was Kelly. Quick kick out forward. Goes over the top. Again, the Roosters now, they should get rid of this. They do that. Number 8 kicking the ball was Piker. It's up high. Parker again crashes the pack. Lance Baconi comes through. Didn't have time to get his hands down. Soccer the ball at it. Favours the Tigers. Chiggy undecided which way he goes. Heads towards centre half forward. There's a chance for the Tigers to take the grab. They couldn't get it. Comes down to Byrne. Byrne's tackled well from behind. A chance for the Roosters now. They'll take it and clear.
Kick out comes into the centre of the ground. North are looking all right through there. Nash is one player they'll need to play well today. He's got to deliver the ball well. He does. Viney, that's better. Long and straight and strong to Parker. He's found him. Good play, North Adelaide. Down to the boundary, Michael Parsons. Yeah,
the Bays have just lost an awful lot of experience. Healy coming on for his first game, replacing Chick Winnan, who's got 267 under his belt.
He had the job on Morton, fellas, too, by the way. Now, we talked about his possession, so Chiggy on Morton wasn't working. I think Tony McGuinness had to make a move. Yeah, I think that's right. Very valuable move there as Parker lines up. Coming back for a knee reconditioning job that he had.
Reconditioning?
Yeah, reconditioning. You're an old mechanic, Gary, aren't you?
I tell you what, he's not a bad player, has he? 73rd game to 140 goals. He's a good goal kick. I like the way he's kicking long and strong. That's a beauty. That's through. North Adelaide hit back. Good game of footy at the Prospect Oval. North Adelaide go to 2-1. Glenelg 2 goals.
the acting captain today and leading by example. He's clearly fired up. Former Carlton player. Interesting on a day when the Crows are playing Carlton. You can just see that Fogden really did the right thing. He took front position, but Parker read it beautifully. Knew that the ball coming out of the centre was going to come in long. It's going to be physical today, no question about that. Fogden will take Parker on, and Parker will step up with the gloves on.
Well, it has to be physical, don't it? Footy, and I was witnessing the game last night in the AFL. The umpires let it go. It was the kind of game I like. Physical, running at the ball, players wanting to win the ball.
Back in the middle, 2-1 plays, 2 goals, 1 point major. Point favouring the Roosters. Ball kicked up again. A chance for the Tigers this time. Parker couldn't quite get over the top of the football. Working hard as Glenelg. With him wearing him well as Ray Ebel.
Yeah, I might just cover that point for you. I thought the umpires in that match in the AFL last night didn't blow their whistle, and it made the players attack, and it made for a great game. Much the same way that our South Australian umpires have for a couple of years.
They've been doing it for a while. You're dead right there. Good comment, David.
Golding again tries to take the football out of air. He's tackling as well, so he's playing as a ruckman end or over. Again, the ball favours the Tigers. The handball couldn't quite get to his target. The Roosters again go forward. Great desperation. Couldn't quite get there. Fogden fumbles the football. This allows Parker to come in over the top. In there as well as Nicholas. Viney now creates something to Nace. Nace goes over to Parker. Parker knocks it further afield. Couldn't quite get to Fountain. The Tigers again through Kelly. Takes the football. Great work. Great tussle. Great effort. Morton, what will he do with it? He brings it to the top of the square. Who's there? Oh, great solid mark taken by Visca.
Now, Mark, did you say he was nearing the end of his career, Mark Visca? He's only 28.
Okay.
I reckon he's got 4 or 5 years left.
Yeah, good comment. You didn't say that now, did you?
He might be 28, but he looks
No.
a little bit older.
He keeps himself well. He trains hard. He doesn't carry any weight.
Leave the boy alone.
And I reckon he's recovered beautifully from that knee operation.
Gum now. Oh, that's a good kick. They're kicking long, North Adelaide. That's the style of play McDermott wants them to play. Heavy body work from behind by Piccioni. Can't get it. Visca there again. Does well. The ball's pitched out of play, and he'll kick the ball back into the bays.
Well, we'll go down that side. We just see Alan Bartlett. He's 32 years of age. We also see David Grenfell, also experienced at 32. And you look after that, well, you start looking down the line there. The next in line would possibly have to be the player I'm speaking about.
Byrne to Gigney to Goldie.
Simon Hill.
So he's going through his budget there as the ball on the outer side. Battling to get out. Heavy packs in there. Some heavy work under there too. They can't get it out. Bounced on. Down right half forward flank on the attacking side there for the Bay.
Players have been very desperate in this match, Mark. But you know what I haven't really seen yet? A vigorous hip and shoulder. A real old-fashioned shirt front.
No, we won't, I don't think either. This ball really is flowing quite freely here at Prospect Oval. A chance for the Roosters through Fraser. Couldn't see anybody up forward. Decided to go for the safety of the boundary line.
The point I'm making, though, Mark, is these two sides, when they're playing well, they run. The only way you stop running sides is to split them up the middle. Now, I haven't seen anyone really have a crack at that.
No, this is the wait and see. This is desperate. Both sides are desperate for a win. The Tigers trying to get back into the 5. The Roosters just trying to stay off the bottom of that ladder.
Yeah, and the point is, of course, Port Adelaide will split them right up the middle, be 6 goals up now.
Oh, certainly they will, and that's the way they play the game. But these two today got more things on their mind. They've got to win this game. They'll try to break it open with the handball, the running there. Some good desperate stuff underneath there by Hill. Can't get it out. They try to get away Sherwood. That's good running play. And the Bays are into attack, but that's an ordinary kick going down towards Grenfell in the left forward pocket. It's out of play. Big Evil there falls out of play. Throw in left forward pocket for the Bays.
Wasn't he improved as a player? Evil saw him 3 or 4 years ago, big and chubby. He's really fine down and got hard and mean.
He's got to do that too, playing in defence. North by 2 points. It's out of there. The handball away is good. Goes into that Hollick direction. He gets the handball backwards. They're away out of trouble once more through Evil. Not a very well placed kick. They battle out there. Good tackle. Comes inboard though. It's all the Bays. It's Higgins. Gets the handball in. The handball away to Kelly. He comes across the goals. All North Adelaide there. Picked up by Kellett, is it? He kicks into the centre looking for Central. Can't find him. They battle hard. Kelly with brilliant play. Barges through. Gets it over to Byrne. The left foot goes in towards goal. They battle in the goal square. Can't get it out of there. Very hard work. Good body work in there. They battle. The umpire letting it go. They should. It'll be a bounce down right in front of goal.
Oh, tremendous work there. We see Fountain coming off for a well-deserved rest. He worked hard in the first 20 minutes of this game. Just takes a breather and a drink of water. North 14. They lead the Tigers 12. Nearly 25 minutes. Player held out the football there. Should receive the free kick. It looks like it's coming through. We have time now to check the other games around the state this afternoon. We see the Port and Centrals. Well, the Bulldogs at the moment taking it up to the Magpies. Another game between West and South.
Well, 6 points to 52. You'd be proud of South Adelaide, Mark, I'm sure of that.
Well, that's nearly a 10-goal first quarter.
To West Adelaide.
Nearly. 52 plays 6.
No wonder you're always poor. We'll keep backing those Panthers.
We see there Parker why what happened to that incident there where it was held out of football. The chance here for the Tigers to get back in front. Couldn't quite control the kick there was big Matthew Golding. Another behind to the Tigers. So the scores at the 25.5-minute mark of this first quarter. 2-2-14 the Roosters. The Tigers 2-1-13.
North Adelaide to bring the ball back to play. There's that short pass again. They always do it, don't they? The mark taken there by Fraser. Have a look at that kick. That's bad skills out of play.
More importantly, Gary, that wasn't the place for the ball to go anyway.
Definitely right.
You know, I think that's one of the things that clearly he miskicked it and clearly he wasn't happy. But even so, that's not where the ball should have gone.
But that's what they all do. See, they follow the AFL, David. You see it so much. All this short possession stuff around the half-back line. Do it all the time. Then when you get a bad kick, it just shows you how badly it can go astray.
Well, the scores and the reserves here this afternoon. Saw the Tigers 15-8, 98. They beat North Adelaide 9-7, 61.
Kick away again. North Adelaide trying to get out of that danger area. The Flyers are all there. Big Golding over the back, couldn't get it. Coming through is Higgins. He only knows one way, hard. He can't get it out. Setchell in there battling. Also coming through Fraser for the Roosters. He can't get it out. Bounce down again. But North Adelaide can't clear that defensive area.
Another indication, Sujai Cook just applying the tackle, holding the ball in the area. Clearly the Tigers done a lot of work on their forward defensive action.
They certainly have. It's a bounce down again. What can they do here? Comes down Cook. David just mentioned him in there trying to get it clear. Can't do so. Another bounce down. And still in the danger area for North Adelaide. But the Bays need goals with North leading 14 to Glenelg 13. Sujai Cook, still only 23 from Norwood. There's a knock away. The Bays need a goal, but Setchell's got other thoughts. Gets it out wide, and now the way they go. Taken by Nace, who started well. They've got loose players out there. Viney over, he played on. Oh, he's strong enough to get out of there. Gets the handball wide. They go through Nace again. North Adelaide into attack. It's good. They battle down there. Good body work in there by North Adelaide through Reynolds, the centre forward. Can't get out there. Bounce down.
Keen observer of local football here this afternoon. No doubt got his radio tuned to ABC's AM. Ball put down again. Reynolds knocks the ball in his direction. Comes out wide. Chance for the Tigers to go forward. The back 35. Just reading the ball well with Mark Holland. The bearded wonder takes it. He'll kick forward. The left leg. It's not a good one. Viney's in the front spot. Over the top. Couldn't take it. Was Raiders. It comes to ground level. Getting some space was Burt. Good work by the Roosters youngsters. Led brilliantly there by their captain in Viney.
Well called, Mark. 3-1 in the contest. North Adelaide's enthusiasm is very high. They're at least getting players to the contest.
It's a one-point ball game. In fact, there goes the siren to end the first quarter. And a good quarter it was. Only 1 point the difference. North Adelaide 2-2 leading Glenelg 2-1.
Umpire holds the ball aloft. We'll put it down hard in the centre circle here at Prospect Oval. A little bounce high. The big fella will jump out of first touch again to Golding. Gets it. Couldn't take it was Piccone off the ground. He's in there again, that little Tiger. Taken well there by Setchell. We're at it again. A great first quarter football by both clubs.
I tell you, we're lucky to see McDermott and McDinnis, aren't we, Naily, in the coaching roles in these SNFL sides.
A couple of champion players. Both McDermott and also McGuinness, a couple of former teammates. That's no secret. But I'm sure there's no love lost this afternoon between those two boys. They want their charges to get up.
One question I would like Michael Parsons to ask Chris McDermott. How much do they bet McGuinness and McDermott on the outcome of each of these matches?
It wouldn't be much. No.
It might be $1. It'd be $1 or $2, I reckon, the regular.
Well, McGuinness is up at the moment. They played 4 times. McGuinness has won on 3 of those occasions. Good tackle over the top there. Raiders put his body on the line. It was taken a little bit hard. The umpire letting it go. We really have seen that quite a bit this season.
We just see players dive on top of the ball. Now, he had an opportunity of getting it out then and didn't get it out. I just reckon when that happens, you've got to give a free kick.
Bounce down. No, we don't want any more free kicks. Let them play on. I like it so far today. They're letting it go. It's a hard game. A little bit not heavy underfoot, but just holding. It's a terrific game of footy at the Prospect Oval. Let them go. I think the umpires, by swallowing their whistles, let the players. The main thing is they can go. They know they can go with encouragement after the ball. There's the bounce down. Big Golding in there. I agree with you, boys. I thought he'd been in there today in the Crows. He's not. He's here, and they're holding the ball. Didn't try to get it out.
And they just throw down to Michael Parson. Coach Chris McDermott is making changes.
Yes, the North Adelaide bench was Davis, Burford and King, but you'll see Burford just coming on to replace Martin.
Oh, big kick by Lehman for the Roosters down there. Is that a mark? The umpire says no, he couldn't see. He was behind there. He couldn't see from where he was. And David Mackay will adjudicate.
Well, Foden took first, second and third bite at it. I don't reckon there's any other players who got amongst it.
They looked as they had a good grab, didn't they? As North Adelaide have made up for it now, and a free kick's gone the way of Parker, and he's only 45 metres out directly in front of goal.
He's kicked one, hasn't he?
Yep.
We talked about physical players. This is a fellow who can run through a few and open up some holes for some North Adelaide runners. And if, you know, he's good overhead, but if there is a criticism of Brendan Parker, I think he's not physical enough, intimidating enough, and creating enough holes for the runners to come through.
You know, I've only seen him play good games. He's certainly a goal kicker, and you'd think he'd put this through for North Adelaide. This is an important kick. The Roosters need a win. Can they do it at Prospect today? Long kick it through. He's put it through. That's his second. North Adelaide, good start to the second quarter on ABC Sport. That's terrific stuff. 3-2, Glenelg 2-1.
Remember when Glenn Sanford was at the club before he went to... And I thought Parker and Sanford formed one of the most potent forward line, but neither of them really belted the living daylights out of opposition defenders. And I just reckon that if North Adelaide can get that in their game, suddenly they've got enough good runners to be very dangerous.
Look, I agree with you, Dave. We can talk about this for hours, but they don't do that anymore. They want runners. They talk about runners.
Ball quickly kicked forward again for the Roosters. A chance for them to defend. Coming through hard is Raiders. He thumps the ball. The kick wasn't good looking up forward. The mark's been taken. I don't know where he found that one. That was a Mark War snap from the ground level. Great take. Good kick up forward again by Physic. Good run down there by Raiders. He started in the half-back flank. The kick wasn't good. It was marked by Physic. And given back to Raiders. Raiders inside 50 now, David.
Waiting for this fellow to reach his potential mark. I think he went to Richmond. He was drafted young. They ruined him and sent him back. He's just now, 49 games, a highlight game coming up next week. He's just starting to reach his potential.
Well, I can say something. I believe he's a better player than playing out of a back pocket. I'd like to see the kid have a little bit of a run, a little bit of freedom on the football. He's very creative, highly skilled, highly motivated.
Look, to be fair, I think Tony McGuinness has rehabilitated this kid. At one point, I thought he was gone. And I think playing him out of the back pocket, maybe you're right now, maybe it is time to bring him down the field because he is good enough.
North Adelaide get it, Nash. He started well. I tell you, Nash and Morton are going to do a lot for this game today because they place the ball so well. There's the kick goes wide on centre wing, and it's taken by Fraser. He drives to centre half forward. Parker in the front again. Can't mark it. Setchell couldn't grab it out of there. They battle. Kelly does beautifully down at ground level. Gets it away to Visca. Long high kick. The umpire's gone down behind play. Stay with the play. It bounced away to Heel. He couldn't take it. Hollick did some heavy work out there. That was a handball thrown away by North Adelaide. Wasn't good. This allowed the Bays in short and finds Byrne. That was a good pass there by Pearce, and Byrne's got it. And near the centre half forward position for the Bays. Going long up to the southern end of the Prospect Oval. Physic does well. Gets the waist played pretty well. Gets it down. Another kick high by Pearce. Goes nowhere in particular. Knocked away by the North Adelaide defence. Down to Pearce again. He couldn't get it. North Adelaide through. There's that handball. Nation's got it wide. He goes longer with the handball. That's good play by North Adelaide's Morton. Brilliant play. They've got it on centre wing. What can they do now? Take it away. North Adelaide there through Reynolds. Left foot kicks long. Pushing and shoving down there. The umpires let it go. And now they get away through the Bays through Higgins.
Oh, great work there. Good build-up by the Roosters. Good defence now shown by the Tigers. A little chip kick forward by Chick Whitten to find Hill. The advantage is going to be paid. Piccone, right leg, heads up forward again. The Tigers playing in front. Physic started so well in the second quarter. He's had 3 or 4 opportunities. He's taken the second grab for the afternoon. Quick kick up. Mark wasn't taken. Again, we see the players at ground level. 34 was Pearce. Opportunity here for the Tigers. It's Nicholas. He heads home with the kick. It's offline. and through for another behind. So 15 for Glenelg. Trail North Adelaide 3 goals, 2-20.
Simon Nicholas, fellas, this is his first game this year. He spent a few games in the reserves. One of the things about the first game back, Gary, doesn't it? It takes you a little while to get used to the tempo. Ordinarily, 3 or 4 games, he'd have kicked that.
Oh, there's a mistake there. That allows the Bays through. Cook, he'll go through and hammer that through for a goal. Oh, what a turnover. You can't do that in footy, can you? And that gives the Bays a much-needed goal. That's his first. But North Adelaide 3-2. They trail the Bays now 3-3 by 1 point.
Well, 7th possession. Now, when you make second possession to Sujai, so he hasn't had much of the ball. But when he does, he is damaging, or he can be damaging.
Oh, but that is a turnover, Dave. I thought you'd get into that. The way you rave on at times, why didn't you get into that? Terrible miss the mark out there to allow Cook into the goal.
I tell you why. I'd rather highlight the good of Sujai Cook than the bad of the other kid.
3-2-20. Plays the Tigers 3-3-21. 7.5 minutes into the second quarter. Morton again gets another possession. He heads towards centre half forward. The back has fouled him. He's taken another grab.
This is another fellow, Mark, a few years ago. I thought he was going to be a superstar. We saw him marking everything in sight. In fact, I think we covered a game here where he marked 12 or 13 balls, and he looked like he could have been the next Holland. He was a superstar. Now, I think injuries have really taken their toll, but when you see him mark like that, you can see the potential.
The kick from 48 metres, directly in front. He kicks into the man on the mark. Bergs quickly over to it. Bowder will just, no doubt, put his head down.
I guess it's my job,
David.
It's my job. I mean, that's just an embarrassment.
How do the Tigers, they're over to him. They're just letting him know.
Oh, would they what?
I think his own teammates want to go and punch him when that happens.
Oh, Higgins come across, just gave him a little bit of a shirt front. There wasn't much in it. I'm sure there's an exchange of words again. The Tigers are at ground level. Little Chiggy, the newly father, takes it. The handball wasn't good. It was found by Morton. Morton kicks up forward, out of bounds on the full.
I don't think Chigwidden and Morton is a good matchup. I think Tony McGuinness needs to look at that. He took Chigwidden off for a little while, give him another opportunity, but I think there is going to be pain there.
The Bays get it wide. Good game of footy. A prospect over. That's a good mark out there again. It's taken by Burford on the ground there. Wasn't in my budget. Well picked up, David. Burford's grabbed it. They reckon he's a goer, and it's down in the forward pocket, and that's good play.
Well, it might be, but it's too wide. You just don't want your forwards marking that position, Gary.
Yeah, I agree with you, but still they've got a chance for goal. Some of these kids can kick. Can Gum do it? I tell you, make a liar of you, he can. He puts it up. You're dead right, David. He can't. It's across the face of Parker. Oh, North Adelaide in there, and Parker's grabbed a big one, but it's right across the other side in the left forward pocket.
And that's what you need from Parker, isn't it? It's just crashing packs. He jumped into the pack and forced an opening and took the ball with him.
He's got to kick this. Now, will he run around? You really got him from there, don't you? You really do. Come on, don't you?
As a lad in the 60s, I used to sit there on that hill and watch Barry Robin do this. He used to kick.
Well, that's not Barry Robin, but he stopped it. That's the goal of the day. It's his third. Oh, what a goal. An absolute ripper, David. You're beauty.
Well, there's just some points, Gary, isn't there, where there's a team lifter. We talked about people who could lift. We mentioned Parker, we mentioned Chigwidden. But Parker has certainly done it for North Adelaide. He's kicked 3 goals. He's attacked the ball. He's taken some good marks. And when you see your acting captain come around and kick a goal like that is a team lifter, you hope that the momentum swings with your teammates and they get behind you. That's all a skipper can do.
I nearly swallowed him with Daly saying about Barry Robin. I thought he's out there again, but I tell you what, Parker, you kicked it as good as Barry could have. A great goal.
4-2-26. We see the Tigers 3-3-20 win. They have a chance now to go forward. Again, we see the player in physic. He really is leading his play to the ball, David. Well, and he lifts his eyes just quickly and finds the captain and Jiggy.
Mike has been switched on to him because he was getting away early. And I think earlier on he had Briley, was it? Or Fraser. He had Fraser earlier, and Fraser was just letting him run free.
Well, so, it's a very short half-forward line. We look at the players that are playing there at the moment. We may just look at that in a second.
Chiggy. Yeah, skipper's goal, this one.
We shouldn't miss this. Plenty of experience in those boots. He hasn't let his side down either. That's his first major for the afternoon. And really, this game really has lived up to what we expected.
What? I tell you, well, that's terrific. It really makes you go. I love the footy.
We talked about Parker at the other end, fellas, but Chigwidden, now he's had a big morning. His wife's had a baby. A lot of emotion for him. He's been benched, comes back on. We talk about inspiration, and this fellow's won 4 times the best of fairest at Glenelg. You see what? He runs hard. He put his life on the line then.
He's always done that.
Backwards into that ball, and then he finishes it off beautifully. There's a lot to like about Nick Chigwin and the way
David,
he
I may
plays.
just get you to comment shortly on the half-forward line for the Tigers, just the way that they are setting up at this stage of the game, also the size of the players they've got there.
Well, Nicholas is not scored.
Bounce down. Comes out of the centre. They can't get it out of their big pack of players.
Other matches around town, Gary. Port and Central, well, Central's really are doing it pretty well early.
That's a pretty good 49-32. It's great stuff.
In the game that I'm watching this afternoon, West Adelaide 71. They're kicked away from the Panthers, who came back at the end of that first quarter. They're 25.
Prospect Oval, though, our match of the day. North Adelaide 4-2 trailing the Bays, 4-3 by 1 point as the North try to get it out of the centre wing position. Lehman it is, drives into attack, but Visca always steady in defence, gets it away. Kelly goes wide, he's got the big rangy left footer out there. Nicholas, he grabs it, he can kick a ball, goes at 55 metres, down into the goal square. The Flyers are all there, it's a big grab, it looks like Gigny
was a cook.
Well, Gigny claimed it.
I think it's Sujay.
Sujay could have
Look where
grabbed
he's
that.
come from. The smallest player out there.
Sujay's pinched it off him. Sujay's pinched it off him. Well done, the little rover. It was Gigny's mark, but Sujay's got it.
It's quieting your voice down a bit here. You're upsetting most of the crowd up here in the grandstand. They're all looking at you, Gary.
Oh, that's what I
worried
always
about
do
you.
wherever they go. Oh, that was a good grab. Gigny had a lot of it, but this little fella, the rover, has got up and grabbed it, and he's banged it through. Great goal to the Bays. That's well done. Glenelg 5-3, leading North Adelaide 4-2. We're 11 minutes into the second quarter.
Either way, Gary, it was a team mark.
That's for sure.
Gigny had purchase on it.
Now, I just say that with the rover can have a look at that. Who do you reckon's grabbed that? It doesn't matter.
Well, you've got to play the man in front, don't you?
Gigny grabbed it.
No, Cook. I called Cook right from the start. He's there. His hands are in front. He's come down with a football. It's Cook in my book.
Mark Noley always sticks with the Rovers, but either way, it's a good goal to Glenelg and an important one.
Oh, this game really is seesawing. You see the Tigers, they're back in front now, 33-26. Yes, they did lead by a point before that goal was kicked. Chance again now. The Roosters, they'll set things up. This is Briley. He goes out wide. A bit of space now being created for the boys in the red and white jumper. He'll come inboard. He does that. Heads the ball towards centre half forward. It wasn't a good kick. Oh, terrific grab once again by Paris Bowden.
He knows how to mark a ball, this fellow. Have a look at eyes on the ball. Arms secure. Hands are terrific.
Parker couldn't take it. Picconi's come up with it. He just chips the ball up forward, trying to find Byrne. Again, we'll see this player who's been in everything in this quarter. He handballed over his head, didn't really look for anybody. That was physic. Picconi was there to double up. He took the player on and took it, and kicked it up, trying to find Grenvold.
It's a time for a move, but Evil's really taken on Grenvold and smashed him. I think probably Tony McGuinness needs to make a move. Bring Grenvold out, perhaps a bigger target.
It's a pretty important move now. I tell you what, this game has got everything. 5-3, Glenelg leading North 4-2. About 13 minutes into this second quarter. Vital was Golding. The Bays have lifted, they're running. That goes down the full forward here. Gigny again puts his big body in front, which was good play. They try to get out there. Danger period there for North Adelaide, right in front of goals. And the umpire will come in and take charge. 33 Glenelg leading North 26.
Gee, you look at North Adelaide like this, Gary. You can't understand why they're second bottom.
Yeah, but they'll fall away. If they're not careful, this is a very danger period now, the way they've been playing. They've played all right till now. They wouldn't want to relax now as the Bays start to get their running players, get some loose players there. The North Adelaide players have to really stick tight and not let them run away.
We're talking about Morton, but we haven't seen much of Naish at all.
Bounce down, the forward pocket, knock away by Big Golding. They try to get it clear from there. Naish with 10 possessions. Hasn't done too
So
bad.
he's finding the ball game, but perhaps not hurtful possessions.
I think that's a good comment. His use of the ball's been pretty good. They're in trouble now down in that forward line as the Bays try to get a goal. You're not going to suck me in, David. There's the ball. They try to battle it out there. Can't do so. Big pack of players. There's a lot of footy in this game, but I tell you what, it's a great step for goal. Hit the post, Chiggy. Bad luck. The captain snapped for goal. 1 point only, but good attacking movements by the Bays. They got a 5-4. North Adelaide 4-2.
Oh, dear me. Well, they're the things about Nick Chigwin. On the left foot, no real opportunity. Back to goal. He just pirouettes, swings around, creates something out of nothing. Now, that goes through. Suddenly, they are then 14 points clear. Doesn't go through. Well, lost nothing.
Long kick out, looking for Viney on the outer wing. Chance here. Number 11 cutting across is Troy Lehman. He'll go over the top with a handball. He does that to a former captain in Viney. Viney lets loose with a big one. It's heading up towards centre half forward. The pack joins. in the contest. Cook comes up with a good spoil from behind. Heads up. Great mark taken back there. Looks like Davis has come on.
Remember a couple of years ago, Mark, we thought he was going to be number 2, 3, 4 or 5 in the national draft. And nobody took him, and he seems to have lost his confidence since.
Champion college footballer he was. And we see Paris Bowden again coming up with the football. He's marking everything coming in his direction. Heads towards Parker. Where is he? He doesn't need it. He's not needed in that contest. The big fella in Peck, the ruckman, come full forward now. It's taken a ripper up there on the last line.
I've got to suggest that North Adelaide's strength is in their aerial work.
Good comment. Very good comment, and that's the way they'll win this game if they can get it down there quick, and those big players. That's the way Christian McDermott wants them to play. Long and strong to the goal square.
Well, I think when you've got big fellas like that, and they mark the way Paris Bowden does and Peck does, the ball's got to come in quickly, and I think they've got to look to Lehman and Viney in the midfield to get the ball in a lot quicker than they have been.
So a chance here for Peck to bring up his first major of the day. He's got the football turned around in the wrong direction. Let's see how it comes off the boot. It doesn't look too bad. The big ruckman has brought up his first major, and the Roosters, they needed that one. They trail by 2 points.
32 marks to 22.
This goes with what you're saying.
Yep, North Adelaide have the ascendancy. But there were 2 people in the contest. Bogdan was there, but he was minding his man in Parker. Parker has 3, so you've got to suggest that Parker's had the better of that duel. But when you see Peck marked like that, backing back into a pack, they've got a target that they can kick to.
It's a good way to play footy, isn't it? You've got to play. I think they're 2 entirely different styles here at the moment at the Prospect Oval. There's the bounce down, centre of the ground. Lehman gets it out of the centre. That's good for North Adelaide. Drives it long. Goes off, hands the back of the pack. The Bay's there through Burke. Can't get it out there. It's a bounce down. 49 metres out from the goals.
Yet again, North Adelaide. Oh, Chigwittin's off.
Having a rest.
We might go down to Michael Parsons, find out what's going on.
Yes, David, a plethora of interchanges going on. Davis went on for Fraser for North, King went on for Gum, and Fraser's back on for Reynolds, and for the Bays, Bartlett on for Nichols, and Chigwittin's come off again, and young Healy in his first game is having another run.
Can you give us that plethora again? I went to the Salisbury North School, primary school. There's the kick, goes long, into attack, good mark. There's that marking ability again, and that's taken by the centre half back for North Adelaide in Tim Swan. He'll get them out of trouble. This is an interesting game. I tell you what, it's going to get better too. We've had only 18 minutes in this second quarter.
That's the thing that worries me about North Adelaide. Their first instinct is to go wide.
Yeah, don't like that movement. When you're going to kick long, you're going to go down the centre of the ground. There's the big kick again. Knocked away at centre wing. The Bays are winning down at ground level though. That's taken by Big Bartlett in the side. He goes long now. Over the centre half forward position for the Bays. The Flyers are all there. Knocked down. There's the kid just come on. Young Healy, tackle, playing his first game, can't get it out of there. There'll be a bounce down at the 50-metre line for the Bay.
Ray Evil again, high over the pack, big spoil.
Done all right.
He's creating a nuisance for himself, but I think sometimes when a player's got his confidence up, you've got to give him a different target.
Yeah,
give a different man, run him around a bit, change things.
Umpire pounds the ball into the grass here. Coming up with it. It's a stack of players. I just can't pull them out from that direction. 26 at the bottom of that pack. It's the big ruckman and Matthew Golding. And down at ground level, looks like more changes been made by both sides.
Yes, Tony McGuinness searching for an effective forward line, and Justin Scripps is about to come on, replacing Grenville. Justin has been a leading goal kicker at Glenelg for a couple of seasons.
Kelly round his body, heads up towards Gigney. Terrific courage there, showing the last line of defence. Number 17, Ray Evil. The handball comes out wide. A chance for the Roosters again to build something here. They've got loose players. Good kick. Good mark taken by Kane Fraser. Fraser lifts the eyes. Heads up. Where's Parker? Where's Bowden? Bowden gets his hands to the ball. Good tackle on Visca by Viney. A bit of experience with those two players. Oh, poor old Raiders. He was the bomber of that, Gary. Oh, and he took on everything.
He took everyone. Raiders, well done. And did they hammer him?
Tony McGuinness has made a change, fellas. Scripps is going to a forward pocket, and I guess he's going to try and make Evil chase him around.
And that's a good move, because I tell you what, Grenville wasn't doing much down there. Knock away at the back of the pack. The Bays need a goal. Kick over the shoulder. Goes in to the forward line. Young Healy again grabs it. That's good to see the kid. Kicks it in the sun, but they get out there. Higgins has got it over to Byrne. Always a good play for the Bays. That's not a good kick. What can Big Bartlett do? He'll need to be good here. He's got to get it up. It's down at ground level. He doesn't like it there. The North Adelaide defenders do well to get out. Lehman's got it. Handball's wide. Here's a go now as they get it away to Nash. He's got to deliver well. Goes to Fowden. He's grabbed it. Half forward line.
Going wide again. They just ignore the
possession. I know what you mean, but they've got possession.
Look,
don't get too picky. There's the kick, goes long. Knocked away in the front of the pack. North Adelaide trying to get it out there, but well done by the Bays. That's good play. They scream out of there. Raiders, he's dropped the ball. Satchel comes back and gets it. North Adelaide a chance in the centre now after that mistake. Bounce down, centre the ground, David Mackay.
What a contest it is. You've got to admire Raiders. He took them on. Now, didn't bounce up during the second. He just lost it, but the theory was right, wasn't it? Straight down the middle as fast as you can.
Except you've got to get the bounce when it comes back to you.
These boys are having a red-hot go here at Prospect Oval this afternoon. We see the scores 32. Glenelg 34. They lead by 2 points. Again, the Roosters go forward. A good kick there by Morton. Both players hanging on to each other there. Out to Parker. Found will be right on his tail. With him is also Alistair Burke. Started to ride him like a horse there. Parker
put a saddle on him.
Oh, it was nearly like that. Look at Parker. He's worked hard in the second quarter, as he did in the first quarter. He really is their only target up there, other than Paris Fountain. He's taken 4 marks in the second quarter.
Yeah, but I think that's the point, isn't it? They get it in quick. They've got 3 big blokes who can mark. They've just got to get it in a bit straighter rather than going wide.
Oh, Byrne takes that. He runs straight across play. That's confidence for you. Goes wide. He's got players out there. Oh, what a grab. That's well done. Is that Lehman? That is. Beautiful grab. 50 metres out. He would have kicked this once. 14th possession. That's terrific. He goes. He looks, centres the ball. He's got 2 players in there, and that's come off to Danny Morton. Too far out to score on the 50-metre line, the attacking line. Danny Morton, what can you do? This kid, I tell you what, he's great to see him out there after that horrendous neck injury. I never thought he'd play again. He's had it fused. You never think he'd take the chance, and here he is playing for North Adelaide.
He's too far out. He's 65 metres out. That's where he'll kick from.
He does too. Oh, he's given a real ride. It's going long to the goal square. Oh, what a mark! What a mark in the goal square! That's absolutely beautiful stuff. The big fella again, he's in there. Have a look at that.
When you see North Adelaide playing like this, you just know why they beat Norwood round 1 under lights at Norwood Oval. They looked awesome that night. They were physical, they were good in the air, and they hit their target. Since then, they've struggled, but gee, it's great for us to come and watch them play this brand of football.
What about this bloke, though? Beck, he's going for number 2. He's not that good a kick, but I tell you what, you kick him like that, it doesn't matter. 2 goals for the big ruckman, resting down there in the forward line, and that's North Adelaide 6-2. Glenelg 5-4. What an effort.
Now, you say he doesn't kick well, Gary, but this guy's kicked 10 goals straight.
They look funny, but they'll be able to go straight through.
Yeah, 10 goals straight he's kicked without a miss.
Have a look at that for a grab. Nails, you could never get that high.
And Lewis McCompton, he takes it. Now look, he holds the ball in the air. Big arm is up in there. The football on the top of it. It was about 15 foot off the ground there, the football. He's taken a great grab. It's his second major for the quarter. Big Stephen Peck. We're back in the middle of the ground now. The umpire just gets hold of football. Again, we'll see if he comes across to the members' side. That's his favourite job.
Oh, exciting stuff.
It's good football so far. 6-2-38, a 4-point margin over the Tigers, 5-4. It's down again. Good knock forward. The move of the quarter has been the big ruckman in the first quarter. Parrott fouled it. 2 grubs over the top. Couldn't take it. Nearly brought down a spectacular mark. And working overtime there was Visca. He got there quickly. Look at this. 1 grab. Only got the second. Burke was there as well. Visca takes it. And then he's gang tackled by a couple of feathery friends. Petone. Oh, lovely hands and tight. Kelly, the Raiders just fakes the handball. Now this time the kick will be good. He looks up forward. Out coming hard was Visick. Visick's taken the players on. He gives it across the Cook. He'll be taken. He gives the handball back to Visick, who went to the ground. They're going backwards now, the Tigers. Kelly's taking. He ducked his head, umpire. Should have played the advantage. They have. This gives an opportunity now. 34 runs into an open goal, and Pierce, the Roosters fans, they're booing here at Prospect Oval.
Well, that's what the advantage rule was for. The Rooster fans didn't like it. I think Tiger fans would be pretty happy. I think there was some thought there about continuity. Clearly, well, Kelly ducks through.
He ducked, David.
And so perhaps, I guess, you'd ordinarily say there's no free kick when a player ducks. Once that had happened, the advantage had to be allowed to play, though, didn't it? I mean, I guess you can't compound one error by making two.
No, you definitely can't. The Bays got out. That's the way footy goes. But I tell you what, it's made a nice old interesting game of footy. 6-4 the Bays, leading North Adelaide 6-2 as we near the end of the second quarter. Comes away there, Nash now. And he's got Setchell wide. Goes in, running now. That's good players. North Adelaide into attack. Out there to Fowden. He can't get it on this occasion. Kicked away there for the Bays by Burke. Towards the line. Out of play.
Free kick come back. It will come back to Raiders or Burke. Paris Fowden just hang on to him a little bit too long, David. We'll see Burke come up with the football.
Well, I think sometimes you hold on to them just to slow them down, don't you? And I think they've done that pretty successfully today.
Out wide for Cody. Kicks in the man on the mark. It's only gone as far as 43 in Briley. Briley heads it home again. Who's up there? Where's the big ruckman? Oh! He's pulled up another screamer! Oh, the ruckman. And the siren goes. Well, David, the Tigers lay lead by 2. The scores have changed right through 8 times throughout this game so far. This could be the 9th time. We saw a game last week, I think it was 14 times throughout the match. Oh, this game is good.
Now, 10 goals straight. Pesh has kicked this year. Hope I don't put the mocker on him.
No, don't do that. That's a great marking performance down there. This has been the move of the day, I reckon.
Well, he's only 21. Got a bit of ability.
By that, when you can mark like that.
In he walks. He's got everyone standing around. Everyone's holding their breath. The kick's on its way. Looks good off the boot. We'll wait for the umpire. Oh, shows the man there. The Rooster supporter. He shows his acknowledgement by giving Big Peck, Stephen Peck, 3 majors, David, in the second quarter. Yes, thank you, David. Tremendous first half of football here at Prospect. Don't change your channel. This really has been set for an exciting quarter of football. Big thump this time by Golding. Didn't get his hands much on that ball in that second quarter where Coach Chris McDermott made some changes. He put Big Peck up to full forward. The ruckman that's been moved in, number 16. For them in Timothy Swan. I may even go down to Michael Parsons just pretty soon. Michael, how did you see Tim Swan's effort in that second quarter?
Look, I thought Golding is an AFL ruckman, and he really did struggle in the centre square there, Mark. I think that North Adelaide really got some drive out of the centre with just a leap of the ruckman that were playing. But if they can just continue on in this quarter, I think we're in for a good game.
Yes, I just said, I was just watching that Swan in that second quarter, fellas. I reckon he was a good arm's length above Golding in the middle, and he really did get things started. We'll see the Tigers through Raiders on the outer wing. He heads up towards home. Coming out hard of the backwards kick, and he couldn't quite get his hands on the football. He was 4 or 5 deep, and stumped out of bounds over the line. The North Adelaide bench once again. Players have had an opportunity here this afternoon. We may go down to Michael Parsons just with an update of their benches quite soon. We'll give him some time to be able to organise that. We'll be back with the play here. Coming up with his Viney. Viney handballs the ball over the top. Kicked up there again. Running over the top was Higgins. Coming down to Parker. Parker couldn't take it. Looks like Kelly sockers the ball off the ground. They have the numbers out here, the Tigers. Chicky dodges it, weaves, and then takes one high. The umpire pays the advantage. Chicky hasn't moved. The father of the day slowly gets to his feet. It's up there. Gigny couldn't take the mark over the top. But down there again, his physics is around his body. Has he kicked a major? I don't think he has.
Well, we just saw Chiggy. He might have ended up in Ashford Hospital, Mark, next to his wife. You've just joined us. The Chigwinnans had a baby daughter this morning, young Sarah, at the Ashford Hospital. Send presents and cards.
Certainly well done, and Chiggy's played a pretty good game. He'll get up, though. He's a tough player. Ball goes wide to the outer side of the ground. North Adelaide trying to run the ball now. Setchell over it now. What can he do? He gets the handball wide. Running around the half-back line. It's good play. Long centre wing position. Off hands. Who's there for the North Adelaide side? Only big blokes, but coming through. Big Golding does well. Handballs away. The quick kick doesn't go anywhere. That's a bad handball by Fowden. Goes straight to Chigwitten. He'll put the Bays into attack. Grenvold leads out in front. Pushed over. Can't get it. And there's Evil. He's battling hard. Setchell, I like the way his game today. Good handball. Gets it away. They're out of trouble now with a long kick. Half forward, Parker, but in front, that's all the Bays mark. Good stuff. and holding up that play is Higgins.
Great to see, Gary, the crowd getting involved today too. It's terrific.
Oh, SNFL is great. It's really socks down stuff. There's the long kick from Higgins, half forward. A lot of football in this game. They're battling now. It's hard, it's heavy. Taken by Hill. That's a brilliant handball. Nicholas, the left footer, goes inboard. Handballs to Cook. Cook from 50. Long bomb. It's going in there. Close, but not close enough. It's missed. It's a minor score. Oh, what a game of football. North Adelaide 7-2, Glenelg 6-6.
I think I liked about the Tigers then, Gary, they were playing corridor football. They brought it back in the centre. Cook was running hard through the middle, and that's where the ball went. He was in the right position.
You've been saying it all day, and that was good play.
Mark should have been taken there by the big ruckman in Swan. I gave him a bit of a rap before. He's let me down in the marking contest. Wouldn't be too pleased with himself. Chance again, the Tigers to keep it in their forward area. The ball's thumped down. Bartlett, Swan, good touch. Coney cuts it off. Chiggy flips it out the back to Coney. He tries to get around. He does eventually releases the football with a hand. Lehman gives it across. 43 is Briley. Intercepted once again. This will go for the safety of boundary line. Satchel takes it. Umpire's seen the free kick. He's played the advantage to Satchel. Heads up towards Parker. Reading it well. Cutting across the face. Number 16 is Paul Sherwood.
Sherwood has done a pretty good job in defence, although hasn't he been the bloke who's been on the big ruckman?
Yeah, they use him, mate. He's on Parker now, the lad from Morningside, but he's played pretty well. It's a kick away from Higgins.
It's what bogged him around.
Bayes going to attack, knock away at centre half forward. Oh, it's a strong, hard game of footy. Oh, good tackling there on 34 was Pearce. Goes into the full forward here. Sujay Cook. Oh, the ball's dropped in there by Nicholas. They can't get it out now. Cook goes back over it, throws it. Byrne with a good handball to Gigney. Gigney comes back to Pachoni. Pachoni has a look. That's well done. Oh, I thought it hit him, but didn't. He couldn't get Chiggy. It's wide. They battle it out there. Handball away by Nash, and that's allowed North Adelaide out of trouble, the outer side of the ground. Bounces awkwardly up there. Golding from the Bays. What can he do? Heavy ball work out there. Golding does well. Gets it over running. Back to Golding. That's well done. He barges through half forward. Places the ball in the right spot. Grenbold can't get it. Good defensive work there. And North Adelaide through Holland out of trouble. Only a little bit.
Terrific stuff here. Great pressure out there this afternoon. We see the Roosters go up again forward. That's Viney. Gives the handball across the nose. He needs support. He comes back. He didn't have it. The handball's loose again. Kelly over the top. He goes back to the running Raiders. Satchel is taken down from behind. Good work by Visca. The Roosters again. Quick hands inside. Finally ends up with the player in Parker. Parker goes out wide. Again, the Tigers are there in numbers. Burke goes over the top with the handball. Finds Visca. Visca just kicks the ball. Toe pokes forward. Has it gone out? I think it has.
Mark Visca played the percentages. He knew there wasn't a player downfield he could hit with the kick, so he just grabbed it along the boundary line and tried to force it over. And moments ago, he released Bradis from half-back with a crashing
What about the hit of
shoulder
in the middle?
You called it, Mark. It was an absolute blinder. Just took out Satchel and set up the run of Bradis.
Oh, it's only a 2-point ball game. North Adelaide 44, Glenelg 42, and we're 6.5 minutes into this third quarter. A vital quarter. You're on ABC Sport. I tell you, it's absolute ripper at the Prospect Oval. Oh, the crowd getting into it now. Knock away. Kick doesn't go very far. Out of the centre, Chigwidden again, gets a high kick, not looking for anyone particular. Nicholas from the front couldn't mark, comes down the front of the back, Byrne does well, gets it away to Pearce, he goes into the pocket, Grenbold can't trap it, it's out of play, 45 metres from goal.
It's time, isn't it? Grenbold's got to have a move, he's got to come to a half-forward flank, maybe even in the middle, perhaps to a half-back flank. Change his day for him.
Yeah,
just nothing's working.
So tight.
The Tigers have gone forward inside their 56 times in the last 6 minutes. They only scored 2 behinds. We see Evil comes out with a good long handball over the top. He saw the play loose. He dragged him forward in Nash. Nash over the top to the running Lehman. Lehman releases the football. One-on-one duel. What about Visca's effort there, David Mackay?
Well, Visca's always going to cut you off when you're playing wide like that. He struggles, yeah, but you go to a half-back flank. That's Mark Visca territory. He owns that area.
They play on the Bays. What can they do? 2 points behind they are. They're in the centre of the ground through Chigwidden. No one better to have the ball. Chiggy, always courageous, kicks long. That's the best ever. Gigney's grabbed it. How did he get that? I thought Hullett was going to spoil. Gigney's got the grab 50 metres from goal.
The thing I liked about it, he led up the V of the ground, presented himself as an option and takes his first mark. Hollett's done a very good job on him. That is the first time that Gigney really has got away from Hollett.
A big bloke like that, and you'd think he'd take more grabs down there. There's a vital kick with the Bays trailing by 2 points. And we're 7 minutes into the third quarter. Goes for the drop punt and look long. It's strong. It's a goal. Beauty. That puts the Bays in front. Good comeback early in this third quarter. That's his first. Glenelg hit the front by 4 points. 7-6 to North Adelaide 7-2.
Gigney and Smith last week, Gary, didn't get a goal between them. Gigney's presented himself today, but Hollett has done a good job. You can see Gigney, when he marks, he's a powerful penetrating kick. From 50 metres, he's very dangerous. Used initially as a defender, but you can see that he could make it as a centre-half forward.
Big effort that was.
Back in the middle, Big Golding up against Swan. The ball's kicked forward by Satchel. Coming out hard again as Raiders, one of the better players for the Tigers this afternoon. It'll find the boundary line. Down at boundary level, no doubt, Michael Parsons. Things are hotting up.
Yes, mate. Paris Faulkner, we saw him a little while ago make a skill error. He found 5 minutes on the bench for that, but he's back on the ground now replacing Reynolds.
Kick up once again. Good thump from behind. Heads out wide. Picconi's in there. I must apologise to Burford. I've been calling him Swan for most of the afternoon. He's come in late and clues number 12. Actually, the big ruckman is Burford.
Michael Burford, number 12, that's for sure. There's a knock away. Goes into the attacking area again. It's out of play for another throw-in. North Adelaide into attack, going to that southern end in this third quarter. It's against a slight breeze. Hardly anything to think about. Throw-in. Big pack of players. 4-point ball game. The Bays lead. 10 minutes into this third quarter. Raiders for Glenelg. The back pocket. Kicks it dangerously forward. Has that mark been paid? Gum driving forward. Has grabbed it at his boot laces and paid the free kick. The mark.
This is an important kick, isn't it? He can go back and blast.
He's done that. He has blast, but it's not going to be a goal. Across the face. It's kicked off by Morton. It's a beauty. Morton's got a goal. That's his second. Good play by the North Adelaide Rover. Oh, what a game of football. We've got an ABC Sport today at the Prospect Oval. It's 8-2 North Adelaide, leading Glenelg 7-6.
I was going to say, Gary, he had two options, didn't he? Blast away and shoot for goal, or to put it to the point of the square. But I think really in the final watch, I think he did put it to the point of the square. Big fellas up, Morton down, created a goal.
Well, you've called it beautifully. That's exactly what happened. That's what they've got to do. Well done.
He's back in form, Dave. He's had 18 possessions up to this stage of the game, and he's on target for a good 30-possession game. He's been outstanding. 2 goals, 1 behind. And David, the lead has changed. Once again, we saw it last week 10 times so far in this game. It's back in the middle. Big Golding acting as a rover. Tries to get the handball out. He was tackled hard. The bustling of Kelly's been very impressive this afternoon. He heads home again with a long kick to Grenvold. Grenvold couldn't take it. Physic does. It goes up. The Gigney's by himself. He's found a couple of metres on Hollett. Gives the handball back to Cook. Cook's taken high, but still keeps his feet. I think he's kicked the goal, or has he? No, he's hit the post. So behind are the Tigers. They now trail by 1 point.
And the Roosters are starting to take the next level in this match, aren't they? They're going physical. They are really crashing through and hurting the Tigers, and particularly targeting their runners.
And it's working well. Glenelg, who'd believe these two sides? Glenelg in 7th before today, North Adelaide in 8th, and they're playing like finals games here today. Terrific effort as North Adelaide now trying to go into attack. Long kick out from defence. Knock away. That's good play by the Bays. It's over to Pearce. He's tackled hard. He's still got the ball. Play allowed to go on. Good handball away by Byrne. Heel over the ball. Tries to get it clear. But North Adelaide with numbers through Setchell. A beautifully placed kick wide. Over to Viney. North Adelaide into attack. Will need to be a good kick. Goes wide again on David's grizzling here. It's wide on the outer side of the ground.
Why? Why do they want to go out there? They're streaming downfield. They're going right down the guts, and then suddenly they swing it out, go to the left door. Why?
Position.
2 other games played around the state this afternoon, just as exciting. We have North by 1 point here. The Bulldogs are playing the Magpies. We'll bring them to you very shortly.
Incidentally, fellas, Morton forced the turnover at the other end. Like, he was very important. His first and second efforts were terrific. That's what released that ball to come out. You just don't realise how important Morton is to North Adelaide.
Golding lets loose with a big one. He heads up, coming across the face. And that's Swan. I got him right this time.
No, that was Burford.
That's Burford. Burford or Swan. I'm getting them mixed up this afternoon. We don't see the Roosters too often in the season of football, but it's a good save mark.
It's Evil again, is it?
I can't help but be impressed by him.
I tell you what, he's played a cook-old game.
Dumps it back again. Chance here. Looked like Bartlett had to sit. It wasn't actually Barton. It was Nicholas again playing at centre-half forward. Piccone over the top to Cook. Cook will come inside. He does that. Then puts the ball, heads home for goals. They may have got the lead back once again. That's his third. The Tigers hit back. 8-2, 50. The Tigers 8-7, 55.
The difference here was precision, wasn't it? And they were playing in the corridor. I hate to keep harping on it, but look, he comes back inboard. Had the option to go out. In fact, the defender was trying to force him out. Sold the dummy, comes back into the corridor, straightens up and kicks a goal. If you could just replicate with that with North Adelaide, they'd be 5 goals clear.
That's for sure. Sujay Cook doing well, probably sitting back behind the play, but I'll tell you what, it's good play. It's changing hand. Let's have a couple of updates. Here, Glenelg 8-7 lead, North Adelaide 8-2. Look at that, Central's caught coming back 56-41, Central's lead. And there's West Adelaide going on their merry way, 91-40 on ABC score. The kick goes long. North Adelaide, the big fly from behind, comes down to ground. That'll allow the Bays out of trouble. Kick goes to Chigwitten, centre wing. Heavy body work there. Good tackle. Chigwitten does brilliantly to rip it off him. Handballs away to Higgins. Davis in there. Ran the ball hard. That's terrific play. Davis has got off player. Put down behind play was Hill. Stay with the ball. It goes up in the forward lines. Bowden there. He slips over. Tackling hard. Gets the ball away to Piccone. Piccone at half back. Runs back into trouble, but he's got a player wide. Bogdan, he's got him. And now the Bays have got a panic. Sujay Cook sitting out there. Who's on him? They've let him get loose. Sujay Cook now. And there's another player, Byrne, making into the 50-metre attacking line. Byrne goes long. It's long. It's long. And it's missed. Offline. But a good attacking movement by the Bays. Hitting down to that northern end. Glenelg 8-8. Lead North Adelaide 8-2.
Stephen Peck has kicked 3 goals, but he stayed in the goal square and let Bogdan run 50 metres clear, which set that up. I mean, that's one of the things that a key forward's got to understand. You've just got to go with your man.
Sujay Cook, they're too loose on him at the moment.
They are. He's finding a little bit of space to Sujay. This time he's up again. He took that spectacular mark in the second quarter. He went back and kicked the goal. Kelly shouldn't miss this, and he doesn't. Richard Kelly. Oh, he's worked hard this afternoon, Dave. He's been the bottom of most packs. He's bustled and tried to use his strength, and they left me believe 22 possessions up to the stage of the game is a good effort.
We saw him in the state game. A lot of people thought on the MCG that pace might be a factor for Kelly. Look where he is. He's on the 50-metre line there. Now he times his run. Their first instinct for Glenelg is to come back into the corridor. At the other end, North Adelaide were leading out again. Big punch. Look at the quick hands, though. And Kelly's finishing is just spectacular. He liked it. We go down to Michael Parsons.
Yes, just a little interchange action down here. Justin Scripps waiting to come on. We'll see who he will replace. But Davis has come on for Fraser and got a touch straight away, as we saw. And Healy for the Bays has also replaced Grenfell, and he's gone to the forward pocket.
North Adelaide under pressure. Glenelg 9-8. North Adelaide 8-2. 15 minutes into the third quarter. North Adelaide now have to do something. They can't afford to get too far behind. If the Bays get their back up, they'll really run on with it. Centre bounce again. Big pack of players around there. Try hard. Burford gets a knock away. North Adelaide, what can they do? Gets it away. There's the runners. There they go. On to Gunn. He's got Bowden. Bowden's out 50 metres. Puts it into the goal square. They knock it away. That's good play by Glenelg. Knocked away by Bisker once more. He's done beautifully in defence. It's a minor score.
Hasn't picked up much in the way of stats, Mark Bisker, but his courage. He crashes packs and he defends stoutly. But I like the way North Adelaide were bringing it back to the centre that occasion. They worked it out pretty well.
Raiders. Good chip over the top. He does that. He finds Higgins. Higgins gets back. He's got big Matthew Golding in front of the member stand here. Kelly gives an option as well. He's looking wide. This time decides to come back himself. He goes around the player to Byrne. Byrne's a left legger, so he'll put this high. He does that. This is ready to be marked. Players have to commit themselves. They did that. Linden comes up with a good exchange of handball. Finally ends up here with Kellett. Kellett goes forward again, playing in front, doing well there with Sherwood. Raiders is over the top of Parker. Sherwood's in there again. Does a pirouette and comes up with the football. Then goes wide. Again, the loose players are out there in Tigerland. Player in question is Hill. He just has time now just to set things up. The kick needs to be good. Going back hard with the football. Number 16 is Swan. Swan left leg comes inboard. Playing on. The handball does. He's set the player up here in trouble. That is dangerous handball. And the Tigers should capitalise on this. Good exchange once again. 13 is Justin Scripps. Brings it inside. Finds Simon Nicholas. He wants to get the ball over the top. He does that. Player by himself is Sujay Cook.
Oh, dear me. Now, let me make some sense of that for you.
Try to, please.
North Adelaide are trying to run it out of defence, right? When they should be going to the boundary line in defence, they come inboard. When they are going forward, they should be coming into the centre. They're leading out. I just reckon you've got to change the backman and the forwards.
Yeah, probably would after that. That was a bad mistake.
We might get the message sent to Coach Chris McDermott. He's only in front of us. We speak loud enough, he might hear us. But we hear Sujay Cook here. He's got 4. Well, he's got 4 goals, fellas. And as Gary Window said only moments ago, he really is finding some space at the moment. Players are just not running hard enough with him.
Look, he's had 7 possessions this quarter. Nicholas is just finding the pace of this game. Chips it inboard. But look at Sujay. There wasn't a small player, a defender within 35 metres of him.
Well, let's just see who's picking him up at the moment. We might be able to. We look out there. He's standing just inside the 50-metre half circle. There was a good build-up and a good mark here by Sujay Cook. And the player picking him up, number 48, happens to be Thomas Martin.
There's a knock away in the centre. They try to get it out there. The Bays are running now. Pearce with a chance. He can't get it. Burns played well. Gets it over to Kelly. Kelly goes long into attack. Knock away from Physic. That was all right. Goes towards the boundary line. Knocking away was Piker. Oh, but well done. Here he is again. I tell you, he's having a crook old purple patch. He's gold that, has he? Knocked on the line by Hollett. It's through for the minor score. But Sujay Cook out there is just a real live wire.
More change has been made down there at ground level. We may just get Michael Parsons once again to update us.
Yes, no, that was the centre-half forward for the Roosters coming off in Fowden. He's replaced by Reynolds. North Adelaide are really starting to struggle now. You can just see the confusion whether they should run or go long, and it's that issue that Chris McDermott talked about, just the youth and still not really sure about the way he wants them to play.
I think 70 possessions this quarter, Glenelg, 48 North Adelaide, but Michael Parsons made a very good point, is that they're young and they do get confused. They just lose their way. North Adelaide, you can see that. When they play well, they play very well, and they just seem to go missing for 5 or 10 minutes, and that's where they're losing games.
They had a good first half, but they've certainly fell down this third quarter. A lot of loose checking, and they can't get it out of there now. They've got to run, use the ball. There's the long kick, going high, but in front was Fisker again. That's Davis, does well over the back. Now there's the proppy kick forward, goes over the back. He thought he'd get it free, doesn't do it. Kick away, and all the crowd going berserk as it's down to centre wing again. Off hands, front of the pack. All North Adelaide there. Taken by Kellett. Under pressure. Gets a handball to no one in particular. That's a bad turnover. Pachoni for Glenelg. He centres the ball. That's another turnover. Is it? No, coming through as Hollett does well. He does well with the big body. Keeps it there. Bounce down at centre forward.
You know what the problem was then? The ball needed to come back into the middle, and Kane Fraser was standing on Kelly. Didn't move a muscle, so there was no option.
There's enough North players there to swallow it. They all stood back. Hollett was the only one attacking the ball. Bounce down, centre forward.
Ball's taken out of the air by Burke, but quick hands to Danny Morton. He needs to get into this game, and the Roosters are going to get back in front. It's a good kick up forward. Great work again by Burke. Burke and Raiders have been outstanding across that half-back and full-back line this afternoon. High ball. This puts a bit of pressure on Parker to grab one. Gets one hand to it. Nation's at the ground. Takes it. Can't get it out. Again we see Raiders. Oh, it's been desperate as effort this afternoon. Doing it good. Well, 21, nearly 22 minutes into this third quarter. Really has been the Tigers' quarter. They lead by 18 points.
They certainly do. 10-9 to North 8-3. Had 22 minutes into this third quarter. But all the Bays, a terrific third quarter. It goes wide to Burke. He can't get it. Comes to the back of the pack. Burns done well. Goes onto the left foot for Glenelg. Puts it in the Nicholas direction. He's out in front. That's good centre-half forward play. Kicks it away. All North Adelaide in there. Taken on the half-back line. They'll get out of trouble on this occasion. North Adelaide through Barley. Going to the half-forward line. Between there and centre wing, it's out of play. Throw in. Grandstand side of the Prospect Oval. On ABC Sport. Been a good game, but it's all the Bays in this third quarter. North Adelaide, they led by 4 points at half-time, but they're battling now to go up against the slight breeze. There's not much there, though, but up against into the southern end of the Prospect Oval.
Well, I've
Bounced down.
I was about to say that, Gary, I've sat alongside David for a number of years now, and that many times, I'd love $1 for every time he said to us that the third quarter has been the match-winning quarter. And I think, again, he's right. The Tigers have come out and played extremely well. It goes up. The big ruckman couldn't take it, and Burford comes down. 39 coming through there was Healy. Lays the ball out beautifully. Gigby takes it out in front. Kick one already this quarter. Will line up for his second. Good tackle. Oh, should have been paid holding the ball.
Good lead by Gigney, wasn't it?
Yeah, but beautiful kick there. Good balance by Healy. Just put it out in front. That's where he wanted it, Gigney. He should go back. He's only 35 metres out, directly in front. Kick one this quarter after taking a marking kick. This could be second. This could just extend their lead. It's on its way. Umpires put these legs together. The hands come up, the two fingers pointed out right. Another major to the Tigers. They now lead 11 goals, 9, 75. North Adelaide 8-3, 51. You just see here, Healy comes around, chips the ball up beautifully to Gigney. Gigney takes it on the chest, out front, and goes back. That's said, 35 metres. The kick was true. That's his second for the quarter to Damien Gigney. Back in the middle again. Big ruckman and Golding. Hasn't had a rest here this afternoon. There's a quick kick up. Coming across, 13 is Scripps. Coming there is Cook. He's had an exciting. Again, he gets out of nowhere there with a great pirouette and turns. Takes two bounces. Chips it up. Great work by Sujay Cook. He finds Nicholas. Again, virtually in the same spot where we just saw Gigney kick the goal from David.
Sujay Cook, I tell you what, he's playing a cook-hole third quarter, isn't he?
Oh, yes, he's been outstanding. He's had 9 possessions so far, Gary.
I can't believe his game. That's sensational. He's cut North Adelaide right up. He really has with that pace and ball-getting ability, and they've let him go.
Nicholas on its way. This could make it hard for the Roosters now. It's another major to the Tigers. They move on to 12 goals, 9. 81, North Adelaide 8-3, 51.
I guess there's a turning point in the game, Mark, isn't there? You know, you talk about North Adelaide had opportunities this quarter to kick goals, but Glenelg really have capitalised them. I think both sides have been pretty well coached today. When you look at the matchups, Sujay Cook's been a real major contributor. He's been very dangerous and left to run too much, to be fair, by young Tommy Martin, and he really has done some damage.
Well, inside 50, David. At half-time, they were 20 apiece. You see the Roosters have only gone in 6 times this quarter, where the Tigers have gone in 17.
Well, it's been all the bays. 12-9 now to North Adelaide 8-3. Back in the centre of the Prospect Oval. North Adelaide have got to do something. This is it. The sides haven't got confidence. They've just dropped right away after a real competitive first half of footy where they led by 4 points. They led by 1 point at quarter time. And now the Bays are really turning it on in the third quarter. And North don't look as though they have the answers. 81 plays 51. 30 points up the Bays. It's a knock away again. They lead. Oh, here it is again. Sujay Cook. Little handball away. Heels got it. Get away through Higgins. Oh, loose players. Byrne, I tell you what, he's got plenty of skill. He goes with a well-placed kick, kicks it in there. Young Healy, like the look of his first game. I tell you, he puts himself in hard. Can't get it clear. Bounce down.
You believe it's a 30-point ball game now?
Yeah, well, I tell you what, I can't believe North Adelaide haven't stopped.
Well, you picked it earlier. You said they had to keep going or this would happen.
I only heard that they weren't doing that, especially after half-time. And I tell you, this third quarter, I can see what Chris McDermott's got to do. Oh, there's a beautiful snap. The Bays can do no wrong. Gigney's whacked through his third goal.
Well, confidence is an interesting answer. Gigney really had no part in this match, principally in the first. Playing out of full forward now. It seems to suit him, and I guess he's been, Tony McGuinness has been forced to play him there with Lindsay Smith out today before the game with flu. Gigney's filled the breach, and I guess you'd say 3 goals before three-quarter time is a pretty good effort. Confidence running high. He liked it right off the boot.
Well, that's 3 in the third quarter. Mark Nayley, I tell you, it's a pretty good effort. And the Bays, though, those running players, what can North do about that?
Well, that's where it's been one of the moments. Out of the middle, Big Golding's getting on top. We've got Hill running hard, and the big player has been Sujay Cook with these 3 goals. Well, 2 this quarter and 2 in the second. It's been outstanding. Again, North get inside their 50 and then this player Raiders. Been pretty impressive this afternoon. He has time to go out wide. He does that. Good mark there taken by Sherwood. Sherwood turns quickly. Players going back there trying to get hold of the ball. They're starting to panic. They're kicking high. The big ruckman and Peck should come and take this. He put his hands to the football. Satchel was in there as well. Maybe should have stayed down. Kick up. Tigers again have the numbers around the football. Oh, big hit there on Lehman. Great smother off the boot. If we hear the siren here to end the third quarter, fellas. And David Mackay, I've heard you say it before, the third quarter's definitely match winners.
Well, I think it's probably never so true than it has been today. At half-time we had a 4-point ball game. We're now out to 36 points. North Adelaide played wide that term. The Tigers went direct and really reaped the rewards, didn't they?
And the stats, fellas, well, it was really the Tigers' quarter. It was pretty even there at half-time, but they've gone to 87 possessions that quarter to 64 possessions. Really has been outstanding. And down at ground level, the coach of the Tigers, Tony McGuinness, with our big boundary rider, Mike Parsons.
Yeah, Tony, you'd be pretty pleased with the effort you saw in that third quarter.
We just talked work rate at half-time, and, you know, the game is really in the balance, and it was always going to be tight and hard. So just, you know, said to the boys, just keep your belief and your confidence and just keep your work rate up. And I thought we were really hard at the contest and gave ourselves some scoring chances, a couple of changes up forward, and they worked all right.
Any changes in the structure for this last quarter?
No, mate, they've just got to be hard at the pill, and we just need to win badly, so they've just got to be hard at it again.
We'll watch and see how it unfolds.
Thanks to Tony McGuinness. We might go back to your stats, Mark, if you wouldn't mind.
Yes, we'll just finish off there, David, if we can pull them back up once again. We're just watching the players there getting ready. We just see down there, well, inside 50, it was even at half-time. I mentioned to that third quarter, well, 38-27, and the big fella Golding in the middle. Look at the hit-outs. The fifth one down there, 17-20. Well, up to half-time, Big Burford was on top with Peck, but all of a sudden Golding's come out in that third quarter, David, and really has stood out well. And the free kicks, well, they're favouring the Tigers, but as we heard from Tony McGuinness, he was pretty good. And down at ground level once again, we're going to have Michael Parsons with the coach of North Adelaide, Chris McDermott.
Chris, a bit disappointing that third quarter.
Oh, it was horrific. I mean, the supporters have paid money to come and see these blokes play, and all you ask is that they go down swinging and play with some character, and the character is being questioned at the moment. That was an insipid performance and not worthy of putting on the North Adelaide jumper. They got 30 minutes to respond. Otherwise, I'll respond for them.
Let's see if they do. Thanks.
Oh, some strong words there by the coach of the North Adelaide side in Chris McDermott. I must thank both coaches there. It's an insight to how they felt after that third quarter. Tony McGuinness, fellas, was pretty pleased with his charges. Chris McDermott, well, you heard him what he said. He was not too happy, and I just wouldn't like to be in a red and white jumper if you don't give yourself a red-hot go in this last quarter. I think Tony McGuinness, or Chris McDermott will be after blood. They go down. Oh, Golding over the top. Great effort, but the free kick comes before that to Parker. He's not too happy about giving the football back as big Matthew Golding. Sherwood over the top of Parker to start with there. Good mark by Golding, nevertheless, but free kick was there. It's up. Fogden in the front position. Higgins quickly onto the boot out wide. In front is Hill. Over behind him is Kellett. Mark's taken by Kellett. He's quickly onto his feet. Gets the ball moving up forward. Satchel's there. He just needs to be able to take it. Can't get to it quickly. Some great work here by the Tigers defence again. It goes over the top. Coming across will be Nicholas. Couldn't quite take it. And fellas, Chris McDermott's words, but we had to update some other grounds.
Yep. Port and Central, Central, Gary, looked to have that match under control.
That's a good effort, 75-48, and that's a terrific performance by the Dogs. And West Adelaide, have a look at that. They're going to be dangerous, 112-53. Ball's in play again. North Adelaide need a grab. They've got it. Big Peck. It's funny down this end. North can do it if they can get it down to this big bloke.
He's injured too, by the way.
But he's kicked 3 brilliant goals in the third quarter.
I reckon one of the reasons they've parked him down there, he's got some form of leg injury. He's not moving freely at all.
Oh, there's a blue behind play. Just take, oh, they're kicking. There's a hang of a blue behind play. Big Peck is still going to kick for goal. Oh, the umpire's there, but there's about 7 players in there, but I'll stay with Big Peck because this is a vital goal for North Adelaide. He wanders in, he kicks it long, and he's dragged it, I believe, across to the left. It's 1 point under.
I've got to tell you, Gary, I think Chris McDermott's words have sunk into a few roosters' heads. I don't think they're going to give a red-hot go in this last quarter. They're after blood. They were, honestly, they were humiliated in that last quarter. They've come out fired up.
That's amazing, isn't it? Peck kicked 3 goals in that second quarter because as Gigney kicked 3 for the Bays in the third quarter, that ball's out of play. I tell you what's hotted up here in the crowd also. Very upset with the North Adelaide players at 3-quarter time.
We go down to Michael Parsons on the North Adelaide bench.
Benches Gum, Swan and Viney. And then that little biffo behind play, I think CJ Cook got away with one.
The little blokes, they're good at it. I've known a few. Tackle taken high. The umpire comes and he won't pay the free kick against Tim Davis here. It was high.
But you get a blast like your coach like that now, you have to really put in, don't you? Regardless, you've got to run at every ball hard.
Well, personal pride of anything. No one likes to be said that they're frightened or scared to be out there. Coaches can say this. The player's gone down behind three. They played the advantage. It was actually Byrne that infringed. The kick's good. It's long and strong. Oh, he's got the ball. He's touched it, Bogdan, and the free kick's gone against him.
Oh, what? What? Oh.
And a 25-metre penalty.
Look at this. You are kidding.
What he's saying is that as Bogdan was getting shepherded off by Peck... Well, it's a goal anyway, isn't it? It's all said and done. Peck gets his 4th. The ruling there, I guess, was that Peck was shepherding Bogdan. Peck knows he got away with one, to be fair. But you can sense that North Adelaide are going to fight this one right out to the wire. The game's not over. And they've taken it physically up to the Tigers.
Look at this, David. Peck, he just pushed him, hung on, pushed him. And all he was trying to do with Bogdan was get his hands to the football.
Pulling and shoving it. I've let him go all day, so that's an amazing. But I tell you, it gives North a bit of a sniff.
Breathe some life into it.
Hey, the stuff going on behind the play here, I tell you what, you're right about North Adelaide. They're going to give everything.
Well, had they done this in the early part of the third quarter, there wouldn't be a 36-point gap at 3-quarter time.
How can you work that out? That third quarter from North Adelaide was ordinary, and now we've got a ball game again in the first minute of this final quarter. Oh, heavy work in there. Ball comes out of the Bays are good enough to get out. Nicholas drives long into attack. Over the back it goes. They can't get it. Battling out for the ball. The ball near the play. Oh, it's a mistake by Hollett. Good tackle on Healy.
Evil
again, and there's been given him a deliberate out of bounds. I didn't see that, but it's North Adelaide's free kick to Evil in the back pocket.
Well, it's hotting up, isn't it?
Barris Bowden hitting Ticky there. Wasn't much in it. Big Golding's there in front. The big frame. The big Crow takes the mark overhead. Good effort, good saving mark. He'll punch the ball well inside 50 now. Just needs to get the ball in quickly. Come on, fella. Start to think. Get that brain working. He does this time. It's up. The Roosters have the numbers up there. Hollywood's in there. Burns in there throwing his weight around as well. Umpire very quick to blow that whistle. Just wants to settle things down across that half-forward line.
Well, North Adelaide, I guess it's in their interest to unsettle things, isn't it?
Yes, it is. They have to, because after that insipid quarter, there's a goal.
Chiggy.
That's Billy Chiggy again, running at the open goal. The Bays need that. They're running with great good. That's his second. Good goal to the Bays. 14-9 they are. North Adelaide 9-4.
I go so far as to say, Gary, that Nick Chigwin has kicked the 2 most important goals in this match. He kicked one in the second quarter when the Tigers were really struggling. He kicked the one that just gave them a little bit of spark to get them going. And that one, I think with North Adelaide coming back and mounting a physical challenge to the Tigers, that one is the one with just says fellas, we're in control.
Captain's goal was an absolutely brilliant goal. Bounce down to the centre. Glenelg 14-9, North Adelaide 9-4. What can North Adelaide do out of there? Taken away by Fraser. Long kick goes long. Who can grab a mark there? Parker up high, couldn't. Nash behind the pack, good handball to Davis. Who's got a player on the outside? King gets the handball away to Lehman. How good is he on his left foot? No good on this occasion. It's offline. True for the minor score. Absolutely wonderful attacking movement. Let's go down the boundary. Michael Parsons.
Yeah, so when it gets hot, it's the old heads that stand up in these situations. We saw Chigwin kick the goal, and Tony McGuinness, a good move, brought Alan Bartlett on to add a bit of experience to the back line.
Yeah, we've seen you in the 87 grand final throwing punches, Michael. Don't you comment now?
Setchell comes up with it. He puts it on the left boot. It's a high ball. Where's Peck? He's too tall up there. He couldn't get his hands this time. They're trying to force the behind. The Tigers defence couldn't quite get there. Again, they come out wide. Lehman takes 2 on here. Soggers the ball off the deck. Gains about 2 metres.
Well, it's a game of inches. North Adelaide need to split the Tigers open. They need to get their running game going. They need to kick 6 or 7 goals quickly to have any hope of taking the points in this match. This was a grand final for North Adelaide, no question. And I think equally for Glenelg.
Oh, dead right, because this is a finals position up. It's very tight. Central's winning today. North will go down, but the Bays need a win to stay in touch with that 5. There's the kick into the half-forward line. Offhands Davis with a chance. Can't get it out of there as Glenelg bursts out, bounced down about 35 metres out from the goal, and North Adelaide into attack. 14-9 the Bays. North 9-5. But need to be pretty good. I don't think North have got a running game, but if they can get it down quick to their big forwards, they might have a chance. The Bays have played too well for them, especially in that third quarter. They try to put it out the back way. They can't do it. Another bounce down.
But it'll be in Glenelg's interest now to slow the game down. You watch them. They'll play the boundary. They'll jump on the packs. They'll just slow the whole game right down and take the sting out of North Adelaide's comeback.
They certainly will.
93 plays 59. We've played 8.5 minutes in this last quarter. Pachoni comes up with his pushed and bumped around. You've got a tackle. Coming in hard was Nash. Oh, just gets up, puts his elbow on top of Pachoni's head. And helps him around. And just David spoke about Golding's dominance in that third quarter. It really was outstanding.
I think he picked that pretty well because I thought North Adelaide were in top in the first half, but Golding showed great character to fight his way back into this match.
Well, just looking at my stats, he's had 12 knockouts, I think, up to this stage of the game in the second half.
Since half-time, yeah.
Or since half-time in the second half here, compared to North Adelaide's big men who've only touched the football 4. Again, we see Golding hits the ball down, he thumps it. Oh, Danny Morton, express pace, comes out, kicks the ball up, will it come back? It doesn't. Faulkner's quite happy to see the ball through. He rushes behind, so 93, 14-9 plays 9-6.
25 possessions for Morton. I guess, when the Roosters go down, it's not going to be his fault. He has fought his heart out, and you can see why Chris McDermott rates him so important for the Roosters.
He tried to make something and nothing then, didn't he? He had to do it on his own, couldn't quite kick it. Kick goes wide to the outer side. Fogden out there with a chance. He's tackled, gets it away. Heel with a chance, still throwing the handball away. The Bays have had a better running game for sure. Taken by Higgins. He's onto the left foot. Long, centre half forward. Off hands, back of the pack. They battle out there. Kicked away for North Adelaide by Reynolds. And that allowed North Adelaide a bit of a chance. Burford it was. Gets a handball away. They go to centre half forward. Looking there. Parker's fell out of the game. It's knocked away. Faulkner with a chance. He can't get it. Setchell's fell out of the game, but he's hooked a brilliant goal. He's hooked a brilliant goal. North Adelaide needed that. That's a good goal. Setchell's first. North Adelaide still with a sniff. I don't think it's much of a one, but they've got their 10th goal. 10-6, trailing Glenelg 14-9.
Fitness is a problem for this kid. I thought his first quarter was sensational, and maybe even midway through the second quarter, but he completely died out of the game in the third quarter. The only thing you can put that down to is fitness, because he was right in the match and he was an important part of it. But when he fell out, with a lot of his mates at North Adelaide, the Tigers took control. He's going to get a late consolation goal, but really, you just got to play 4 quarters of football.
You certainly do. You're right. I can't believe how he fell out of the game. He was a real goer early. Haven't seen him since that goal.
Burford and Golding. This time Golding gets it again. Quick kick there by Paris Bowden. Sujay Cook's taken high. Well, the umpire paid the advantage. I don't think he will. Ball will come back to Sujay Cook. Well, Cook, fellas, I've been pretty impressed with him this afternoon. He's had some good games this year, but he's also had some bad ones.
Well, he's kicked 4 goals and 16 possessions. That's a great result. Him and Chigwidden have combined pretty well, and I guess you rank him up against Morton, who's been probably one of the best 3 on the ground, and I guess Sujay's going to figure in the top 3, 4 or 5.
Kicking 4 goals for Rover is a pretty good effort.
Keone takes it now. Just looks up, trying to find an option. He sees one at centre half forward. The kick wasn't good. King takes it. Byrne tries to get through. He should be penalised here. He is. Gary Window just holding the ball.
Now, the thought process was there. It was right. He squared it up, but it didn't come off this time.
And he held on for a bit longer. That's a good decision because he was given a couple of chances to get rid of it. There's a long kick. Goes in for North Adelaide. What can they? Morton will try something. He's over it now. Good body work there by Raiders, though. And there's a bounce down on centre wing grandstand side of the Prospect Oval.
Grenville's come out of a forward pocket and gone to a back pocket or a half-back flank. Bartlett, who I thought did a very good job on Parker, has gone to interchange bench. Now, Bartlett wouldn't be too happy about that. You've got to say he's done his job on Parker in the second half.
Certainly has, as Raiders gets away to heel. He's got a player on the inside, Kelly. I kicked it with the inside of his boot. It's not bad. It goes across, and that gives the Bays through Burke a chance on the outer side of the ground. He's got back up with Grenville. Burke now runs to centre wing. Heavy work by Grenville, but Burke does well to drive long. A scrappy kick goes to centre half forward, knock away. The Bays look a bit fitter. They're running around out there. Gets it away to Physic. He goes wide again. Loose players everywhere, and they seem to have players. Physic now drives long, full forward. Gigney from behind, but it's North Adelaide in front, and that's a good mark taken there by North Adelaide's Fowler.
Yes, he's strong in the air. We mentioned we saw him a year or so ago dominate. In the air today, he's been pretty good. He's taken 6.
Other games around the state this afternoon. We're going to watch these. Port Adelaide 49, Central District on 83. So it looks like they're home there. The other game, well, 1-1-2 to 112. Poor old Panthers on 66. You
can hand over your money now, Mark.
There's the kick out of the Bays, go into attack, and there's players loose down there. Gigney's in the goal square and grabbed it. Oh, what play by the Bays. Who was that young Raiders out there getting banged it in there?
Has he kicked 3?
Higgins out there with him. There's 2 of them. Oh, yeah, these have been good Gigney in that third quarter. 3 straight goals. Lining up from point-blank range. He's only 15, 20 metres out when he kicks it. Good comeback. You like to see players do that. They come back and kick goals, especially in the last half. He's a strong kick. That's no worries at all. The Bays go on their merry way. Good goal to the Glenelg with the 11-minute mark of this final quarter. 15-9 to North Adelaide 10-6.
4 goals to Gigney. You've got to give him the position. Now, Hollett, his direct opponent, placed that kick. It just had to be better than Ace. It wasn't. Now, Higgins, and this is what happens when you're attacking, which Hollett was, and you leave your man, and you miss-kick it, the turnover will kill you. And I guess Hollett created that goal himself against his own man by miss-kicking it to Nash.
They've made some blues North Adelaide today, haven't they?
Back in the middle, 99 plays 66. A good bounce, gives the ruckman a chance again. Golding just too tall. Sujay Cook's in there. Good work out of the fence. Goes up. The Tigers have the numbers. Raiders, also Piccioni's there. Raiders just dumps one forward. A great mark, diving across the face of it was Troy Lehman. Oh, he's hurt himself too. Courageous grab.
Chicky's never going to give you an easy kick, isn't he? Comes in and, yep, makes him earn it. You're right, Mark, about Golding, though. His second half, I think he has been one of the catalysts.
Well, the North Adelaide were on top in marks in the first half of footy, but in that third quarter, fellas, with 20 marks for the Tigers, only 6 were taken by the North Adelaide boys.
Cripps has got it, the handball. Little Healy's played well today. He's debut for the Bays. Byrne misses one that he usually takes. He's certainly a talented player. And Healy, though, that's a good little effort. Craig Healy playing his first game today. Only a little bloke, plenty of courage, and he's another runner in this Bay mosquito fleet. Throw in, grandstand side. The Bays on their half-forward line. They try to battle out there, North Adelaide. Can't get it through. That's Biley. He can't get it out of there. Another bounce down.
Well, I think Central's earned his rest on the bench, Gary, to be truthful.
Is that?
Central has gone to the bench.
Oh, yeah, for sure. No, I can't believe your comment was quite valid there. He started off like a bomb, the Hawthorn recruit, but then fell out of it badly till he kicked that goal.
I just reckon he's going to need another 2 or 3 sessions of running in the mornings to get himself fitter.
Good comment as the ball goes wide, and North Adelaide have to do something now as Ebel goes long around the outer side. Parker's up in front, can't mark, push forward, goes back hard to tackle. There's a bounce down on centre wing. They've done pretty well in cutting him out of there. Grenville with him on this occasion. 15-9, Glenelg lead North 10-6. Outer side of the ground, no breeze here. Very valuable win this will be for the Bays if they can get there. There's a blood rule there. Player coming off. North Adelaide have still got time, but they haven't had that run, have they? They've just had that long kicking to position down there with the big fella Peck down there kicking 4 goals. Other than that, the use of the ball hasn't been that good. Coming off Sherwood, going on there. Bartlett. Ball on centre wing. Crowdy today at Prospect. Yes, NFL, they need that. Prospect Oval, North Adelaide and Glenelg. There's a knock away. trying to get it clear as King, high to half forward. A lot of pushing and shoving there. The umpire's picked out a free kick to go the way of Viney. Chippy touch with it. Viney's got it. He'll drive long. That's what North Adelaide try to do. Goes in the Davis direction, over the back to Peck. He can't get it. They battle hard in there at ground level to get it clear. Plenty of tackling there, but they bounce up 35 metres out from the goal line. North Adelaide need a goal.
You know, I'm having trouble picking best players for both sides. It's an interesting one. I'm just, as a comment, I found 3 for Glenelg, and yet they're going to win this game by plenty.
Yes, probably their goal kickers have hired it. You're right, they're pretty even band today as the knock away comes from the centre of the ground. Taken there by Fowden. He's got a player wide, tries to get out there. Here's where the Bays run. Heel with that handball is terrific. Over to Kelly. Kelly for the Bays, long, over half forward, pushing and shoving there by Physic. Goes wide to the half forward line for the Bays. Out there Nicholas with a chance, can't get it. Out of play. The Bays lead at 99 to 66. And we've had 13 minutes into the final quarter.
Mark, you're a pretty good judge. Name me 5 good players for North Adelaide.
Yeah, pretty hard this afternoon. I think Nash has had his moments in the game where he's taken a few big marks and it around. Yeah, we look down the line from there and you'd have to say they are struggling.
I've gone Morton and Evil, and I'm running out after that. Oh, you've got to put Peck in Peck for his 4 goals.
Yep.
Comes out again. Lance takes it now. He puts it out wide. They have the numbers. Where's the voice? Oh, great work there going back with Joshy Gum. Again, they come up with it. Good work. Good forward defensive action, but there's such a thing. They held the ball in the area. They worked very hard there, overtime in fact, to keep it in there. The player coming up with the football was Justin Scripps. Hadn't seen much of the game today. Just the one kick and the one handball. That's his first mark, but should go back. Kick from 40 metres out. Yeah, we're just going through it, David. Pretty hard. I suppose Morton really has been their best player this afternoon. The Tigers maybe a little bit easier than a few. As we see Scripps puts it on his way, got very close to the man, the mark. He had to drag the kick. As we see, it was nearly out of bounds on the full. It's a behind to Scripps. Another score to the Tigers. They move on to 100 points and lead North Adelaide 66.
It's very important in the context of the finals, isn't it? West, Centrals, Glenelg, all on 6 wins before this game. The Bays are going to win this one. Looks like Centrals
great work by Cook.
Also win it, so they're doing well in West, so it's going to be very tight for that final 5th position. The Bays, a few to come back. Rouve, Liptak. They get a few of those back, and Jamison, for example, that makes them a pretty good side coming up finals time.
Too easy that, just too easy. Saw Cook took that ball off the pack there, David. He's got a cross firstly to Scripps, and Scripps just turned around, looked at his eyes, and the North players was nowhere near Chickwitten.
Kicks a long Chickwitten. He's had a good game, the skipper. Father today, that's a terrific goal. He's whacked it through. Chickwitten's 3rd goal. Couple in this last quarter, but a good running performance by the Bay skipper. He's done his job today. 16-10 Glenelg. North Adelaide are on 10-6.
11 kicks, 3 handballs, 3 goals, 1, and the one I think hit the post, didn't it? So he could have easily kicked 4 goals. I've given him my 3rd best today. We'll cover those a little later, but it's been a big day for him, no question about that.
You think it's they've got a finals chance, the Bays, with the players I mentioned coming back? They've got some runners. I reckon they've got a bit of a chance.
This win doesn't put them back in the 5.
I don't think they're a final 3 proposition until their big fellas get harder.
Yes, and they need their full list as well. That means their AFL players to get Bode and Corns, Liptak, Jamison into that side, and it's a different Bay side. When they're winning and winning well against sides above them, they had those players all performing. Chippy again. Don't take him on. He decided he wanted to try. Up again, big hole from behind. It dumps the ball forward. Good kick. Going high. Mark's taken. Good grab there. Good mark taken by Joshy Gum. Really all that desperation and intensity that was there in the first half, and just the hard attitude by these sides really has dropped out. We see Golding again takes a big mark, Gary. He really has. His second half has been outstanding.
He has, and you picked it right there. The confidence comes, and their second half of football has been top stuff. As the handball goes into Bartlett, didn't hit the body. They've got players wide. It goes out there, and away they go through Burke. Look at the loose players out there now. They'll just do what they like with the Scripps are caught out there. He's caught holding the ball because he mucked around. I don't like to see that. They've still got to play. The ball will have to go back and be kicked over the mark. Just a little bit slack there because could have easily got away and delivered that ball, but it's all over. The Bays doing very well. 16-10, North Adelaide 10-6.
Comes out wide with the kick. A chance now for the Roosters to set something up. The kick's good. It's out in front. Good mark by Parker. He takes it. He's got the running player out wide if he wants to use him, either with hand or foot. He's still there, Ray Ebel. Oh, now puts him under extreme pressure. That's, I give up, David. I've seen it all this afternoon. They hold possession of the Tigers. Nicholas couldn't take it in the air. He had a couple of Roosters on his tail. Paris Bowden just pushed the ball out over the line.
Wouldn't you?
Golding, hands down. Chiggy takes it, couldn't quite get it to him. Out wide, the runners have set it foot again. Quick kick up now, 2-on-1 here going back. Big Peck in front, couldn't take it. Parker's there as well. Jay Viney takes it out of the air, takes on the back line. Parker's tackled as well as he goes to the ground. Picconi's in there. Oh, dangerous stuff there by Lance. He tries to sucker off the ground. They're still in there. Big Bogdan, desperate as ever, keen to get hold of the football. Couldn't take it. And Alistair Burke, well, he's just there. He's been outstanding this afternoon, David.
Mark Vesker enjoys a well-earned rest. I thought he was tough when it was really mattering.
North Adelaide, don't they? They're a very dispirited side. You'd expect that after a good first half. They certainly haven't done much in the second half. The kick away, but it's all Bartlett now. Gets it away, and there's the runners. Chigwidden's played a ripper. He gets it wide. Young Healy, he'll go. He can run. Confident now. It's the difference in put in it. He runs a long way. Has a couple of bounces. Good on the lad playing in his first game for the Bays today. Drives it long to half forward. Knock away in defence is pretty good. They try to get it out of there. It's a free kick to go the way of North Adelaide Biley.
You like the Central District result, Gary?
I certainly do. I reckon that's absolutely sensational. They've had a good win at Alberton. That's really terrific.
Well, we might just check the scores down there at Alberton Oval between the Magpies and Centrals. We see the Port Adelaide there, 52 points. Looks like they're going down to the Bulldogs. They're 95. And the game that I'm looking forward to seeing the result, well, the Bloods, they're 130. They lead the Panthers 73.
Well, that makes that final five look terrific, doesn't it? That's going to be a battle in there. We're at Prospect, and it's North Adelaide going down 66 to Glenelg, 106. 25-minute mark of this final quarter. The Bays in a brilliant second half of football.
Paris Bowden just got there and created an impact. David Grenville, I'll take the 2 points, the 50-metre penalty. Had a shot for goal. I mean, it was crude, but you had to make the contest. And I think that's what Chris McDermott's saying. Let's just give a contest at every opportunity.
But even though they started this quarter really getting into the Bays a bit, it's fell away too quick, hasn't it? They are a very dispirited side.
Kick up again. Oh, the mark taken, going back there. Thomas Martin.
Well, he was on Sujai Cook, Mark, when Cook just cut the Roosters to pieces in that third quarter.
Oh, the kick's not good. It's off the side of the boot. Kelly should take the mark. He's paid it. He gets up. He's worked hard. He had to be in the top three this afternoon, David. No doubt about that. He's had 27 possessions.
Yep.
Sujai Cook, well, he looked, saw the player loose by himself, but the Roosters' defence realised what direction he was going. He broadcast a little bit too early. Here's Danny Morton, fellas. Well, he's just suffering from a bit of cramp, I think, since about half-time.
Well, if you were giving 3, 2 and 1, you'd go Kelly, Cook and Morton, I guess.
Yeah, it would have to be that. No arguments with me. Back, Burke takes it, chips it over the top here. Out in front is Grenfold. He's been up forward, started the full forward, went back to centre half back there for a while to take on Parker. Now has moved up the field once again. The kick's good. It just didn't carry far enough. You just sense that Morton, that calf is just starting to tighten up a little bit too much.
I'd pull him off about now. He's done his job.
They're not going to win the game, are they?
No, if I was Chris McDermott, I'd just pull him off and rest him, make sure he's ready to go next week.
North Adelaide go long. Down a half forward, Viney up from behind, couldn't mark. Pachoni's played a reasonable game. He'd be glad to get back in it. That's a player that just handballed to Bartlett. Bartlett will go wide. Steady game from him. It's out there. They can't keep it in. And Grenville has kept it in. Oh, they're playing with confidence now. Just having a look through. They want to give it to. Raiders will set it up into the centre again. Good mark taken there by Glenelg, and that's Joshua Pearce. Little bloke, but a good runner. And that's probably the story of this game, the run of the Bay players. And there goes the siren. to end this game. Glenelg 106, North Adelaide 66, but a great last half by the Bays.
Well, 40 points, I think, probably was testament to how well the Tigers played. It was an unbelievable game until half-time. It was a 4-point ball game. I think at quarter-time it was a 1-point difference. 4 points at half-time, and you really thought that North Adelaide had turned the corner emotionally, physically. They were hitting the targets. Their big men were marking everything. Their ruckmen were in tune. But Matthew Golding got on top in ruck in the second half, and it gave blokes like Sujai Cook and Nick Chigwinen and Kelly a real run of the ball. They played corridor football while North Adelaide played wide. It frustrated me for a long time. It was a real pleasure watching the Tigers in the second half. They played precision football. They hit the target. They played corridor. And Chris McDermott, as we can see on screen, would be bitterly and savagely disappointed. Not that they lost, it's the way they lost. They were very, very competitive, as good as we've seen from any club this year until half-time. And in the second half, it's not unfair to say they almost dogged it. There was no physical presence, there was no spark, there was no spice in the game. And apart from a few isolated instances where they threw a few punches, they really didn't give a yelp at all. As we go down to Michael Parsons.
And with me, yes, the captain of the Glenelg Football Club, and we'll call him father today. Congratulations first up on the birth of a daughter.
Thanks a lot, Mike. Yeah, it's good. G'day to Kath and Sarah and Laura in hospital there, and they'll be happy we've had a win.
Fantastic, and it was a pretty tight game early, but pretty good second half from the Bays.
Yeah, no, we knew they'd always be hard, and our form hasn't been great in the last month, really, so we had to work hard, and it was fantastic. The boys kept going. We had a good win.
And pretty unsettled going in. I think Tony said there's about 7 places up for grabs as late as Friday night because of AFL commitments and whatever, but they're starting to put it together quite well.
Yeah, well, that sort of happens most weeks with us. We're not sure whether Matty Bode's with us or Cornsey or, Matty Golding, so it's pretty hard, but the boys that have come up through the twos have done fantastic, and today was just a great effort. We had about 3 young blokes who come in for their first game, and they were all great, so yeah, hopefully we can go on now.
And Kelly and CJ Cook gave you a lot of drive through the midfield and around the ball?
Yeah, CJ was fantastic up forward. He finished off with some good goals, and Kel's just so hard at the ball, so yeah, I'm sure he'll be looking forward to Norwood Friday night out of the parade, so we'll look forward to that one.
Yeah, we love that night footy. Nick, thanks for taking the time, and again, congratulations. Thank you.
Well done to Nick Tuitt, and there, Gary, is Chris McDermott addressing his players.